Sis, I was really surprised yesterday. Maya, I didn't think you would even be there. Mom told me you were bringing your fiancé, so I asked her if I could be there too, and she agreed. Mom should have told me. So, what were you surprised about? What? What are you talking about? Your fiancé is someone I know. How can an ugly girl like you go out with such a handsome guy? You're so rude out of the blue. I've been thinking that you might know Greg. You guys were in the same high school. But you two were in different grades, so I thought it's less likely that you guys knew each other. But you actually recognized him when you met him, so I was quite surprised. I think the only person I remember who was in different grades was Greg. He was so famous. I think everyone who went to the same high school as me knows him. I see. He was that famous? Yes, that's right. He was definitely the most popular guy in all of my high school years. Actually, I can't think of anyone else who was that popular in my whole life. He was that famous. Well, Maya, you said that yesterday, right? But Greg denied it. It's true. It's nice to see him being humble like that. He's not getting carried away. He's being humble. He's perfect. At the time, I just admired him. I never thought we would get to know each other like this. Maya, Greg is a bit shy about being praised like that. He feels kind of awkward. So if you could you treat him normally? Oh, he's so cute to be shy. Maya, are you listening to me? Besides, he's great at his job, right? Which is my top priority in a marriage partner, so he's really perfect. I was really surprised yesterday, you know, because you suddenly asked him, how much money do you make? That was rude of you. You shouldn't ask someone's income. I know it's rude, but I couldn't help but be curious. We went to the same high school, so I thought it would be nice to get to know him better. And I'm sorry if it's not much to ask. But he apparently makes $200,000 a year. He should be more proud of himself. And he's a freelancer. That's so cool. You know, it's not about the amount. He was surprised and taken aback by you. I think I'm going to switch from my boyfriend to Greg. Huh? What are you saying? Greg is my fiancé. Because, you know, after seeing Greg, my boyfriend suddenly seems so shabby. You can't talk like that. I met your boyfriend once myself. He's very kind and he cares about you. He's a very nice guy. Yeah, but Greg is much more good-looking. And my boyfriend's income isn't bad either, but Greg makes a lot more. So I thought it would be better to break up with my boyfriend and go out with Greg. What? I've been telling you that he's my fiancé. We are getting married soon. That's why we went to my parents' house yesterday to tell them the news. I know that. But I want him, and I can't help it. Huh? I've gotten everything I've ever wanted. I'll definitely get it this time, too. Maya, enough! Don't make me angry. Oh no, that's scary. I don't have time to bother with you anymore. I'm going to go to the preview of the wedding hall with Greg now. Are we done here? Oh, I'm jealous. Well, I'm afraid that wedding won't happen. I really have to go now, so I'll see you later. Hey sis, can I ask you one more time? About what? It's about Greg, of course. Maya, are you serious? I'm not going to let you have him. Yeah, I get it. He's your precious fiancé and you don't want to let him go. I understand how you feel. What's wrong with you? Now I'm getting scared. I have an announcement to make. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't want to hear it. Even if you don't want to hear it, I'll tell you. Greg has become my fiancé. Huh? I know, that's hard for you to understand. I totally get it. But this has been decided. What do you mean? At the family meeting, it was decided that I'm going to have Greg. What? That's absurd. The family meeting included just Mom, Dad, and you, right? So what? That's my family. No, that's impossible. Even if you think this is impossible, this has been decided already. If you have a problem with it, you can tell Mom and Dad. Greg would prefer me because I'm prettier than you. He'll be so happy to be with me. Greg is right next to me now and he's reading our texts. He is so surprised. The sight is so pitiful that I can't even bear to look at it. What? He fell off his chair like a cartoon and fell on his back. He's enduring the pain desperately. Huh? I mean, he is that surprised. I'm trying to say that what you're saying is impossible. No matter how much you talked about it with Mom and Dad and decided on your own, as long as Greg and I don't approve, we'll never break up. Greg will never choose you, Maya. No, it's just a matter of time. Huh? My family says it's fine, and since I've announced to you that I'm going to have Greg, it's only a matter of time. I'm going to let Greg know right away. You don't know his number, do you? Mom told me. What? Yesterday, I asked Mom to get Greg's number. Of course, she asked for it so I could contact him. Hey, that's enough. Don't contact him because he'll be confused. Hey, Maya, are you listening to me? Maya! Sorry to interrupt your lunch hour, Greg. Have you heard from Maya since then? You didn't hear from her last night, so I hope she gave up. But the way she was acting last night, it seemed like she was ready to steal you away. I just can't stand this.
Hey, Ava. I was just about to text you, too. I just looked at my phone and saw a text from your sister.
What? Seriously? What does it say?
At the family meeting, you became my fiancé. I'm looking forward to spending the time with you, handsome. How about dinner for a start? I'll keep you company all night.
What? This is crazy. What the hell is she thinking? I'm really sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Because my sister is doing something terrible.
It's not your fault, but I finally understand why you were so hesitant to let me see your family. So this was the reason, right? Yesterday, your sister was asking me a lot of questions, and I thought it was strange. But I thought it was because we went to the same high school, so maybe she felt a sense of closeness. I never thought this would happen.
Yeah, my family is weird, so I only had minimal contact with them. Somehow, I had a feeling this was going to happen, so I didn't want to take you to my parents' house.
I see, that makes sense. Now I understand why you just wanted me to say hi to your parents and not get involved. If that's okay with you, let's just do so.
I'd rather you did.
Okay, I've already told my parents beforehand. I'll talk to them about what's happening now as well. So don't worry about anything, Ava.
Thank you. By the way, when did you exchange numbers with my mom?
While you weren't around, your mother asked me my number so that she could always be in touch with me for emergencies. Now that I think about it, she might have been looking for the timing when you weren't around.
I can't believe it. I don't want you getting another weird text like that. You can block Mom and Maya's numbers. I mean, I want you to block them.
Okay, I'll block them.
I'm so sorry I didn't see it coming. I'm so sorry.
I told you it's not something for you to apologize for. You actually told me we didn't need to visit them to tell them we're getting married. I was the one who forced you into this situation because I thought we should tell them in person.
I know, but...
Ava, we're going to be a married couple now. Let's cooperate with each other in everything. You don't have to apologize or feel sorry for me.
Okay. Thank you so much, Greg. Yes, we are going to be a married couple. From now on, let's talk about everything with each other and overcome difficulties together.
Yeah, I'd like that. Ava, help me.
What's wrong? What happened? Sorry, I was busy at work today and I'm still working. I'm in a meeting right now. So I can't answer the phone, but text me what happened.
Your sister somehow got into our house.
What? You're kidding. We locked the door, didn't we? How the hell did she get in?
I opened the fridge earlier and noticed there was no milk. So I went to the grocery store to get milk. I thought I locked the door, but I guess I wasn't paying attention and forgot to lock the door. I think that's when she got in.
Okay, so you forgot to lock the door, but still, this is creepy. The fact that Maya was able to sneak into our house when you were out, doesn't that mean she was watching nearby the whole time?
I think so.
So what's the situation now?
Well, I had a Zoom meeting at 8 p.m. tonight, so I thought I'd join from home. I was launching Zoom and getting ready. And then I was suddenly tapped on the shoulder from behind by someone. I turned around and saw your sister. There she was, staring at me, in her underwear. I panicked. I ran desperately to the bathroom, and here I am now asking for your help. I wonder what your sister is doing in our house right now. I'm scared what she's up to, but I'm even more scared to leave the bathroom. And she herself doesn't seem to realize it. But I was already on Zoom at the time. I was chatting with a few people when she tapped on my shoulder. So I think the people I was connected to at the time saw her in her underwear.
I can't believe it. It's so disgusting. I don't even want to think of her as my sister. Anyway, call the police now, Greg.
Are you sure? I wasn't sure whether to call the police or not because she's your sister. I didn't think it would be a good idea to call the police.
Whether she's a stranger or my sister, it doesn't matter. She broke into a residence and she was in her underwear. For her sake, it's not a good idea to coddle her.
All right, I'll call the police.
I'll be home as soon as possible.
No, I don't think you should come home now.
What? Why?
Your sister seems excited. She's making a sound like she's in a porno movie.
Huh? No way!
I don't want you to see your sister like that. I'll leave the rest to the police. I'll text you as soon as the police arrive, so don't worry.
Okay, I'll wait for your text. Oh man, I've had a hard time. You told Greg to call the police, didn't you? Greg didn't seem entirely unwilling, and you spoiled it. Wow, how can you take it in such a positive way? I'm impressed in a way. Thanks for the compliment. You don't even know I'm being sarcastic. Oh my God, I was really surprised. Greg must have been so embarrassed that he ran off to the bathroom. I was thinking about how I should treat him when he comes out. Then the police came out of nowhere. I was seen in my underwear by a police officer. It wasn't for show. It's Greg's privilege to see me naked. You know, you're trying so hard to get your hands on Greg. But Maya, you have a boyfriend to begin with. Are you breaking up with him? Nope. I'm into Greg now, but my boyfriend takes good care of me and he makes a lot of money. I'm not going to break up with him right now. Well, I'll break up with him when I'm ready to marry Greg. So he's a backup. Your boyfriend said he's breaking up with you. Huh? Cut the crap. You've only met him once. True, I've only met him once. Huh? Greg knows your boyfriend. You're kidding, right? They're business partners. 3 days ago, when you broke into our house, Greg was in front of the computer, right? He was, but so what? He had a meeting scheduled in a few minutes. And he was chatting with some of the members on Zoom. So what? That means you in your underwear was seen by some of the members. Greg said it was a big meeting, so there were already around 10 members online. What? No way! You already figured it out, didn't you? One of the members was your boyfriend. Poor guy. On a Zoom meeting, he was having a conversation with his business partners. Suddenly, a woman in her underwear appeared on the screen, and she turned out to be his girlfriend. If I were in his situation, I'd be so shocked I'd probably be bedridden. Oh crap, I didn't know. I didn't know is not an excuse. It's a criminal offense to enter someone's house without permission. Your boyfriend seemed very shocked at first, but then he started to think of you as a strange woman. He said he's breaking up with you. What? You mean I'm getting dumped? It's not just him. Greg also thinks you're really creepy. Creepy? That's ridiculous. I heard what you were doing. You've been having your boyfriend pay for everything and take care of you. And before you knew it, you quit your job. You've been telling him that you have no money and having him pay for everything. You had him do all that for you, and you're just going to move on to another guy? How can you do that? I guess you're being punished for what you did. Why should I be dumped by him? Damn it, I'll make Greg fall for me no matter what. That won't happen. Why not? You don't know that. I do know, because you have no way to contact Greg. What? What do you mean? Greg blocked your number, as you've probably already noticed. On top of that, we moved. Oh, really? To where? There's no way I'd tell you. I'll just tell you that it's a skyscraper condo somewhere. I wanted to live there once before we planned to have kids. That's not fair. I want to live in a skyscraper condo too. Why is Greg spending all those money on you? I knew you were misunderstanding. You seem to think you can beat me with ease. But let me tell you, I make as much money as Greg does. Huh? You? That's a lie. I would never lie about something like that. I started my own business a few years ago, and it's doing well. That's why I'm going to pay half the rent for the new house. If you stole Greg from me, can you manage to pay half the rent? Of course I can't pay. You know that. Oh, I have an idea. Hire me. You'd be glad to have me work for you, wouldn't you? Not at all. Why not? I'm thinking of cutting ties with you. What? Or rather, cutting ties with my family. I visited my parents' house to let them know about my marriage. And they support you for stealing my fiancé from me. They're not my family. And hiring you? Are you kidding me? You don't work. You're just fooling around. What good would someone like you do in our company? Above all, I don't trust people who would betray their own family without a second thought. No way. Sis, I'm sorry. I'll change my ways from now on. I have work to do. I'm busy. I'm blocking you now. Bye. Take care. You're kidding. Sis, what am I supposed to do? Greg filed a police report. Not only did he report the unauthorized entry into our house, he demanded compensation for ruining his important business meeting. The fact that Maya broke into our house without permission and exposed herself in her underwear was deemed to be equivalent to mental anguish. Maya had to pay more than $10,000 in fees. Of course, there was no way Maya had that much money. She had to borrow money from a not-so-good place to pay it. Now, Maya, who is saddled with the debt, is abused by her parents who loved her so much. That's all I heard about Maya. I don't know anything more than that, as I have already cut ties with my family. I recently got married to Greg. I feel that my bond with Greg has become stronger because of what Maya had done to us. I believe that he and I will be able to overcome anything together in the future. I am grateful to my ex-family for making me realize that.
Hi, are you up for a chat? Was it 3 months ago that we had lunch together? I guess so. I found a nice French restaurant. I love French food. I'll make a reservation. I'm looking forward to it. Is Sam doing okay lately? Yes, but why? I saw him and a young girl walking together. No way. It was daytime and she was pretty young, so you should ask him. Yes, I'll ask. If you need anything else, let me know. Okay, thank you, Sally. I'll call you when I make a reservation. Good night. Is this Alyssa's number? Yes, it is. Nice to meet you. My name is Kat. Sam has been taking good care of me. You are Sam's wife, right? Yes, Sam is my husband. Are you an employee of my husband's company? Huh? That's not all. I'm Sam's girlfriend. Huh? Girlfriend? As you know, Sam is my husband. You may not understand the situation. He does not have a girlfriend. That's not true. I am Sam's true love. We are pretty serious. Oh, well, so? What does this Sam's true love want with me? Isn't it obvious? I want you to break up with Sam. Please, divorce him. You are annoying Sam and me. What? How am I annoying you or Sam? Because an old, ugly woman like you is keeping him forever. Sam wants to marry me, but he can't. You're standing in between us. Do you understand, old lady? I see. Besides, I'm pregnant now. It's Sam's baby. Is that true? I'm 7 months along. If you don't divorce him, this baby will become a fatherless child. That's a big problem for me. So please leave as soon as possible. I'm young and beautiful. I'm much more suitable for Sam. Sam is the president of a company, rich, and lives in a big mansion. Please, quickly let Sam be with me. I see your point. I'm surprised at how insane it sounds, but if you are pregnant, there's nothing I can do. I'll have a little talk with Sam. Can you give me a minute? Sure. Thank you for your understanding. Please do it quickly. Sam, I just got a message from Kat. She says she's pregnant with your child.
Huh? Hey, wait. Why would she say that?
She's pretty young, isn't she? How old is she?
What? Well, I think she was 27 or something.
She is almost 20 years younger than you. I can't believe you're having an affair with a girl as old as your kid. You're such an idiot. Did you forget that you promised you'd never cheat on me again?
I can't say no when someone relies on me. I'm that kind of guy, you know?
You've underestimated me. I said I'd divorce you if you did it again. Don't tell me you don't remember.
We did make that promise. I'm really sorry. Divorce is a bit too much.
I know, right? You're the president of a company. You got a younger girl pregnant and divorcing your wife. That would ruin your credibility. Especially since the chairman of our biggest client hates that kind of dishonesty. If he finds out, it could be the end of your company, right?
You're right. So please, don't divorce me.
Huh? Then what are you going to do with the baby? She's 7 months pregnant.
Well, I will acknowledge the child and give her child support. What do you think?
Why are you asking me? I'm so done with you. She's pregnant, marry her. Divorce me.
What? No.
However, I'll give you one condition.
What?
You don't want people to know that you cheated on me, right? We'll call it an amicable divorce. You should get married before the baby is born. No alimony, just a share of the property. What do you think?
Really? You'll divorce me on those terms? That's no benefit to you.
There's a big advantage to dumping a cheating husband. I'm sick of this. Our kids are all grown up. We're done. Let's just go our separate ways.
Are you serious? I'm kinda scared. Wait, what's the condition you're talking about? It's not a bad one, is it?
There's only one condition. Don't contact your girlfriend until our divorce is final.
What? That's it? That's all it takes to get a divorce?
If you want to hide the affair, leaving as little evidence as possible is better. After the divorce, you can do whatever you want. What do you think? Are we getting a divorce or not?
Yes, I'm getting a divorce. I'll divorce you if no one finds out about my affair. No, I'm sorry for everything I've put you through. It's all my bad. Let's be happy, okay?
Okay. Go to the city office on your way home tomorrow. Get the divorce papers and write them down. I'll go turn it in when I'm done.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Hello, Kat. I finally heard from you. I got tired of waiting. So, when are you going to divorce him? Before that, let me ask you something. Do you understand that you committed adultery? I mean, you made a move on a man who has a wife. I know that, but I can't help it. The man I fell in love with happened to be married to someone else. I don't care about your philosophy, but you are making us get divorced. Please agree with me on something. Something? And do you want money from me? You're more perceptive than I thought. Do you know what alimony is? That's why I want you to pay. Well then, how about $50,000? $50,000? That's a big number. I don't know the average. I thought it would be around that. It's a pity for the old lady whose rich husband will dump her. You'll spend the rest of your life in misery. Is $50,000 enough? You can get divorced as soon as possible. You are a very generous young lady. I'm glad you're easy to talk to. Are you sure you want to pay $50,000? I'm sure I'll be fine. Sam is the boss. Isn't that a small price to pay? I'll pay it with the power of love. Oh, I see. Well, if you're okay with that amount, I don't mind. You'll pay it in one lump sum, right? You don't want me to bother you for years, do you? I don't want that. I'll never have anything to do with you again. That's a promise. Then pay me a lump sum of $50,000 in alimony. I'll send you an agreement stating that. Can you just sign it and send it back? Then I'll divorce him right away. Okay, I'll sign as soon as I get the paper. Okay. I received the settlement yesterday. I've filed for divorce. Sam and I are divorced. Yay! Finally. The rich husband and the mansion are mine. I'm so happy. Congratulations. You guys can do whatever you want now. Thank you very much. You'll have a hard time from now on. You don't have a rich husband anymore. Please spend the alimony carefully. Oh yes, speaking of alimony, I have a question. May I ask you a question? A question? Okay, ask me anything, old lady. I'll answer any questions you have. Please, go ahead. Okay, thank you. Then, how are you going to pay $50,000? You said you'd pay it with the power of her love, but he's broke. What? Sam is the president, but he doesn't have any savings. He's not rich. You don't look rich. I just wondered how you could pay. Huh? What's that? There's no way that's true. He has such a big house and such an expensive car. If push comes to shove, we can just sell them. You're so naive. The car and the house are mine in my name. They're not his. You can't sell them. What? He's cheated on me 4 times, and every time he cheated on me, he gave me his property. What? What do you mean he's cheated 4 times before? What? You didn't know? You're not a good judge of men, are you? Well, Sam would not tell you something like that. I've had 4 women in the same boat as you. His affair partner. Huh? You're kidding. He said it was just me. The last one apologized and broke up with him when I asked about alimony. Another found out he had no money and left him. Or she woke up when I told her about the age issue. It's just a matter of time, right? She was going to lose a lot of money in her 20s. She didn't want to be stuck with a broke old man. It's not worth it. Wait a minute. What do you mean he has no money? Okay, so he's cheated on me 4 times now. He gave me all his money as alimony for cheating on me. The first time he gave me all his savings from when he was single. The second time I sold his jewelry. With the third, he gave me his car and savings. With the fourth, I put the house in my name. He kept the mortgage on the house. When he divorced me, he had nothing left over. Just his monthly income, the house, and the car loan. He's a spendthrift person. He has no savings. What? No way, that's impossible. It's true. I had to help him save some money. I made it by deducting it from his monthly salary. After I got it as alimony, he never did it again. He doesn't know anything about managing money. Huh? Then how am I supposed to pay $50,000? Sam was supposed to pay for everything. I'm the one asking about the payment method. I'm reminding you, I don't accept installments or anything like that. You'll have to pay it all in one lump sum, even if you borrow money. By the time your kid is in middle school, he'll be retired. By the time your kid is all grown, he'll be nearly 70. You are a special person to spend $50,000 for that. Are you going to be okay? I feel sorry for you. Impossible. I don't want that. I'll return him. The baby isn't really Sam's. I don't care for Sam at all. I'm in love with someone else, and it's his child. I want to become rich and then divorce sooner or later. I'm sorry, please, forgive me. It's non-returnable. Please send the money. Bye.
Hey, Alyssa, what did you say to Kat? You said something about money?
What do you mean? We only talked about the alimony. She said she was going to pay $50,000. She was going to make you pay for it. I told her you have no house, car, savings, or nothing. That's it.
What? What do you mean no house, no car?
What? Are you serious? You gave me the house and the car as compensation for your last affair. Don't tell me you forgot. You've used the car and the house even after the name change. Did you think they were yours?
Oh.
You really have no idea. You're destroying yourself with your stupidity. Do you know why I decided to divorce you? Because I have nothing to squeeze out of you anymore. I'm so glad I got a divorce thanks to Kat.
No, wait a minute. Let's talk one more time, okay? You know about our life.
I don't have anything to talk about anymore. We're divorced. We're strangers. You're going to marry her, right? Oh, but she doesn't want you either. She has no use for you without money. To my surprise, the baby isn't yours either.
No, seriously, wait. What does that mean? I'm panicking.
The baby is someone else's. I'm glad it's not yours. You paid too much for that girl. You deserved it, though.
I can't believe this.
From my point of view, I can't believe both of you. I'll charge you $50,000 if she can't pay.
I'm sorry for everything. I don't have any money, so please forgive me.
She says she would pay for it, so I don't want you to tell me.
Why? Why did you do this? I know I'm crazy. I just feel like something is always missing.
What are you talking about? We'll just pay the alimony anyway. I'm moving out soon. Amy wants me to move in with her, so I'm getting rid of the house, the car, everything. I'm going to live with our daughter and her husband.
France?
I've always wanted to go to France.
And her husband? When did she get married?
Oh, you don't know? You were busy with an affair when she was studying in France. She didn't want to invite you to the wedding. She said you were not her father. By the way, they are about to have a baby. Did you know that?
Oh my god.
It's all your fault. Well, this is goodbye. Bye. Kat, have you sent the money? I'm sorry, not yet. You sound down. I have news that will make you happy. Huh? I don't want your alimony anymore. What do you mean? You don't have to pay. I'll cancel the settlement. Are you sure? Thank you very much. But why? Because you have a baby. The baby's about to be born. Starting your life as a mother with $50,000 in debt is not good. Your baby has saved your life. From now on, you have to make your baby happy. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry, Alyssa. You are 27 years old and have a long way to go. Don't cheat people to get money. You should earn money by yourself. And you will be happy. I promise. Okay. Well, I won't see you again, so goodbye. After that, Sam contacted me repeatedly, asking me to talk to him. I blocked him and refused to receive any calls. I sold my house and car and moved to a hotel so we would never meet in person. Kat broke up with Sam. She began to live quietly with the father of her child. Kat left her work, and people started talking. You can't put a door in someone's mouth. The employees talked about Sam behind his back, and his major clients were unhappy with him. What will a 47-year-old man without savings, a house, or a car do now? I don't know and have nothing to do with him anymore. I have moved to France. I started my new life with my daughter and her husband. I'm not used to many things, but I'm having a great time every day. And I have opened a small cafe. It is famous for its fusion of American and French baked goods. Now it has become a place loved by the locals. I always loved baking. The people of France love what I make. I am very happy that my business is on the right track. My divorce gave me a good start in my second life.
I have a question for you, Jane. What is it? I'm in the next room, so you don't have to text me. What a weird girl. What kind of guys are you into? What a strange question. Well, it's hard to put into words, but I'd like him to be tall, clean, and works for an IT company or something like that. It's still too hard for me to understand. You probably like smart people, don't you? For example, Tommy, your senior? How did you notice that? I can tell by looking at you. Your attitude is so obvious. Really? Actually, I like Tommy too. What? Again? Why do you always like the guy I like? Are you harassing me? Of course not. Do you need a reason to like someone? It's just that the person I like happens to be the one you like too. What do you mean? I'm not going to confess my love to Tommy anyway, so it's okay. I see. I think I'll confess to him. If you want to, go ahead. I'm just kidding. I don't have that kind of guts since I'm just a junior high school student. How are you? I know you're reading this message, aren't you? Please don't ignore me. Sorry, I didn't reply because I didn't recognize your icon. Who are you? I can't believe you didn't recognize me. It's me, Ashley. Huh? Are you really Ashley? Yes, I'm your little sister. How dare you texted me as if nothing has happened. I cut ties with you a year ago. I don't want to cut ties with you. You're my only sister. I will always cherish you no matter what. Stop talking nonsense. Do you remember what you have done to that precious big sister of yours? I'll never forgive you. I'm sorry about that, but I had no choice. You gotta be kidding me. He and I were about to get married. We had been planning the wedding, and we even set the date. As soon as you found out that he and I were getting married, you took him away from me. That's unforgivable. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But you know, I'm glad you didn't marry him. He doesn't have a good personality. That's not the point. What I'm mad about is that you took him away from me. You have no idea about how hard it was for me, do you? Well, I'm glad I left him anyway. Right? I got sick of him after a month. I know he wasn't a good guy, but I still can't forgive you. You were always attracted to the man I was in love with. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't hang around me anymore. Don't be so cold. I have something I have to tell you. What is it? It's not a good thing, is it? No, thank you then. Why? Don't you want to hear your little sister's latest news? I don't need you to report anything to me. I've cut you off. I don't even want to hear from you because you're a nobody. I don't want you to contact me anymore. Bye. Hey, wait a minute. I'm getting married. I see. Congratulations. It's none of my business, so don't contact me anymore. Jane, I haven't finished my story yet. Can you please reply to me so I can continue? I really need to talk to you. What is it? It's none of my business if you're getting married or divorced. What do you have to report? I'm carrying a new life in me. A baby? That's great. Congratulations. What's that got to do with me? Your baby is not my nephew or niece, since I've cut ties with you. No, it's not that. It's about the father of the child. Maybe it's someone you know? Huh? Tall, clean-looking, and works in IT company. No way. Did you get it? Maybe it's just as you're expecting. I'm sorry, but I'm pregnant with your boyfriend's child. So he's mine. The father of the child is Stuart. You're kidding, right? No, I'm not. Stuart was supposed to marry you, right? How did you find out about that? I didn't tell anyone. I saw you and him walking together. When? About 3 months ago. After both of you parted, I secretly followed Stuart. I followed him entering a famous IT company, so I noticed right away. Are you thinking of taking away my boyfriend again? That's what I'm talking about. How many times are you planning to do the same thing to me? But I can't break up with him because I'm pregnant with his child. I'm sorry for taking away your boyfriend again. However, I wish I could get your blessing since we're getting married. I can't believe it. How did you become his girlfriend? I ambushed him in front of the company and made my first approach. How did you recognize him among so many employees? Because I took a picture with my phone camera the moment he turned around while I was following him. I recognized him as soon as I saw his face. I can't believe you're a person who does that kind of nasty thing. You're too good at what you do. I know that. The more I look at him, the more I realize that he's my type. Is that so? He has a mole on his lower eyelid, right? It's so charming that I fell in love with him at first sight. A mole? Oh, yeah. He fell in love with me right away. And as a result, I ended up stealing your boyfriend away from you. I'm so sorry. How much do you have to take away from me? I can't forgive you. I can't break up with Stuart no matter what. The child in my belly is innocent, so I'm going to have the baby. A child needs a father, right? I'm an adult, so let me warn you. Do you really know about his true personality? What are you talking about? What kind of personality and hobbies he has? Also, what kind of work he does at the company? I don't have to ask him about that. He works for that famous IT company. You really chose a good boyfriend. My future is secure now. How much pain do you want to put me through? If you're having a baby, there's nothing I can do. So leave me alone now. Jane? I have something to tell you. Reply to me, please. You're so persistent, Ashley. Hey, I told you to leave me alone already, didn't I? I'd love to, but we have a wedding date. Before my belly is getting bigger, we decided to have it at the beginning of next month, just for family members. Really? Congratulations. I'm not your relative, so if you'll excuse me now. Wait a minute! You're not going to attend the wedding? Why should I attend? I told you it has nothing to do with me. Because you're my only sister. I'm not your sister because I already cut ties with you. Don't be so cold. You know Stuart too, so I want you to celebrate our marriage. I want you to see our happiness with your own eyes. You're so heartless. I really can't believe it. But I just can't go to the wedding. Is it because I took him away from you? That's part of it, but I have plans that day. It's been decided 6 months in advance and I can't move it. So I can't attend your wedding. Even if I could, I wouldn't. What? Why not? I wanted to show you our happy faces. You really are so mean. But I'm still hoping for a chance. I'm sure you'll come. I believe in you. Impossible. Jane, all the relatives are here. You're coming to the wedding too, right? Huh? I told you I couldn't go, didn't I? Oh, you're really not coming? Well, I know I have a drawback that I took your boyfriend away from you, but I still want you to witness our wedding. That's why I can't go. Why not? Because I'm overseas right now. Overseas? Why? Actually, I just got married overseas. I'm now on my honeymoon. What do you mean? Could it be that you've lost your mind because I'm pregnant with your boyfriend's child? No, my boyfriend is with me. What? But Stuart is at this wedding right now. I know that Stuart is over there. My husband's name is Stephen. I really don't get it. They are twins. Twins? Yes, Stuart is Stephen's twin brother. But he works for that famous IT company. Yes, that company is their father's company. No kidding. Does that mean Stephen is the CEO's son? Yes, he is. But Stuart never said anything about that. I guess he couldn't say it out loud. Why not? I didn't hear too many details either. Unlike Stephen, Stuart had a very bad behavior since he was a student. Bad behavior? Yes, he kept going to the red light districts and got into debt. He also gambled by withdrawing money from his father's account. Debts? Gambling? That's right. His father warned him many times, but he didn't listen to him. His father decided to cut ties with him. That's a lie! You're making up your own story to get back at me for taking away your boyfriend. I'm not lying. Then why did he come out of that famous IT company that day? Maybe he came to ask his father for money? I heard Stuart is always in trouble because he doesn't have enough money to make ends meet. What did you say? You were dating him and you didn't notice? That's why I told you you should check out his personality, hobbies, and the company he works for. I told you that you should do your research in advance. I thought he works for a famous IT company, so I had no doubts about him. Besides, I thought he was your boyfriend. You're such a jerk. So you knew he was Stuart, not Stephen? Yeah, I had a vague idea from what you said. You said he had a mole on his lower eyelid. Stuart and Stephen are twins, and they really do look alike. But it's that mole that makes them instantly recognizable. A mole? Stuart has a mole on his lower eyelid, but Stephen doesn't. That's why I recognized him right away. Then why didn't you tell me right away? Because it's none of my business. Moreover, how can I tell you that when you're pregnant? You can't just leave him since you're going to have a baby, can you? I might have been able to do something about it at the time. Besides, I didn't hear about you getting married. That's because I didn't tell anyone. Because I never know when or where it might leak out to you. I haven't even told Mom and Dad yet. I'm going to go back and report it once we get married overseas. What do you mean, once you go back? Oh, Stephen's father's company is going to set up an overseas branch. So Stephen has been appointed as the manager of that branch. I'm going to live in Australia after our marriage. You gotta be kidding me. I've met Stuart once or twice and he's very easy to talk to. But he's a womanizer, spends a lot of money and has debts. Stephen said that he's cut off all communication with Stuart. His parents disown Stuart, so he doesn't consider them family. Oh my God! Hey, what am I supposed to do? Your baby is your top priority, right? You have to do your best to raise your child. No, I can't live together with someone like Stuart. There's no way I can do that. Stuart said he works for that famous IT company. I thought we wouldn't have any financial problems, and yet... There's nothing you can do to change the fact. Anyway, the wedding is starting soon, isn't it? Your relatives are getting together, right? Then you have no choice but to get married today. But something's not right. What's not right? Stuart's parents and relatives have arrived here earlier. That can't be true. His parents have cut ties with him. And no one from my husband's family members told me that you're going to have a child and get married to Stuart. I think they are fake people hired to act as family members. What? How did Stuart manage to get the money? I don't know. Maybe he went into debt again. Huh? How much debt does he have? I have no idea. But he said he had 10 million debt at the time he was disowned. Maybe it's even more inflated now. 10 million? Who is going to pay that back? Well, Stuart, of course. If you two get married, then both of you will have to pay for that. Maybe that's why he decided to get married to you. What? I don't want to get married to a person like him. I don't have any debt, so why should I have to pay back such a large sum of money? I don't know what you want me to say. You need to discuss that with Stuart. We need to buy things for the baby and also pay for labor-related stuff. Now is not the time to be paying off debt. You're right, but I'm sure you can work before child labor. You want to save up before the baby is born, don't you? I can't do that. I was going to marry an IT guy and be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to work. So you want to go further into debt? It's going to be harder and harder to pay back the debt. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Jane, don't say that and help me. I can't marry Stuart. It's time for the wedding to start, isn't it? You need to go. Everyone will be waiting for you. I don't want to. I can't marry him. Then what about your child? I'll raise the child alone. It's better than going into a lot of debt. If that's what you think, why don't you do it? It's none of my business, so you can do whatever you want. I'm getting out of here. Jane, you have to help me. I can't. Why not? I told you I can't do anything because I'm overseas right now. Why don't you have your husband contact Stuart? I'm going to be his sister-in-law anyway. Please, I really need your husband to tell his brother that I'm not marrying him. Stop it. It's none of Stephen's business. He has cut off all ties with Stuart. He's not even in contact with him. Why don't you just convince him? You're my sister, right? I'm in trouble, so please help me. You're too brazen. I'm not your sister since I've cut ties with you. Why should I do that for a stranger like you? You don't have to be so cold. I'm going to live an unhappy life, so help me. Huh? Stop talking nonsense. You're the one who put me in the bottom pit of unhappiness. Do you know how it feels to have your boyfriend taken away from you on the verge of marriage? I'm sorry about that, so please do something and help me. It's too late now. I fell into the depths of unhappiness, and that's why I'm happy now. If I hadn't met Stephen, I might not be here now. Then you're lucky. You should be thanking me, right? I'm the one who put you in the bottom of misery. Don't be silly. You have no idea what I went through. Not only that time, but this time you tried to take him away from me too. I'll never forgive you. But you're getting married to Stephen, right? Then you can forgive me. I refuse. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I won't help you and I won't have anything to do with you anymore. That's terrible. If I marry Stuart, I'm going to hell. You're the one who made all those strange tricks to make that happen. You must have been the perfect prey for Stuart. You were lucky to have a friend to work with, weren't you? Both of you would make a great couple. Stop making weird jokes and do something about it. I told you I can't do it. There's nothing I can do about it anymore. We're on vacation after our wedding overseas. You have to take care of yourself. Oh no! Help me, Jane! I told you I would never forgive you. I'll block your number and delete all of your messages too after this. I'm going overseas, so I won't need the apps anymore. Well then, you'll have to take care of yourself. I hope everything goes well. Jane, wait! Please help me somehow, please! You're the only one I can count on. Impossible. After this, Ashley escaped from the wedding hall on her own, with her wedding dress on. Thanks to our parents' persuasion, her marriage to Stuart was called off, but there was nothing they could do about her child. After talking it over with our parents, they decided to raise the child together while living at our family's home. However, since it was my sister's selfish reason to cancel the wedding, she will be charged for the cancellation fee, cleaning and repair costs of the stained wedding dress. In addition to that, in order to cover the costs of the birth of the baby, Ashley had to work a part-time job to pay for the delivery of the baby. She longed to be a stay-at-home mom, but after the baby was born, she would need to work even more. All of this is the result of what she caused, so she deserved it. I returned from my honeymoon after the wedding, and after we reported our marriage to each other's parents, we immediately left for our new place of residence. I am now enjoying life in Australia with my husband.
Grace, it had been a long time since we had seen each other today. It sure had. I haven't seen you for more than 10 years. I didn't expect to bump into you on the streets. I'm glad to see you are well. Me too. I was surprised to run into you, but I was even more surprised to see that you are married. Really? I thought you were single like me. I've never had any particular desire to get married. I just happened to meet the right person. I envy you. And what's more, you're married and you didn't even tell me, your sister. You're so distant. You didn't even invite me to your wedding. We didn't have a wedding. My husband was busy with his work, so we just registered the marriage. But you should have at least told me you were married. I didn't think it was necessary to tell you. Why not? Because you never seemed interested in me. If anything, I annoyed you. It's true that we didn't seem to be that close as sisters. Or maybe it was more like we were on bad terms. That's what I thought. Even though we're chatting like this now, we weren't as close in the past, were we? But now that you're married, it's a different story. As a sister, I have to congratulate you. Thank you. By the way, what's your husband like? Huh? You know, tall or short, his age, what kind of work he does? I guess he's on the tall side. He's the same age as me. He's a doctor. You don't say! Huh? Is he handsome? Well, I guess he's one of the good-looking ones, but... I knew it. Why do you ask that? Your husband is a super catch. I wouldn't go that far. He's handsome, tall, and a doctor, right? He's way too good. Huh? Hey, let me meet your husband sometime. Why all of a sudden? Introduce me to your husband. What? What? You don't want me to meet him? I'm your sister. I'm sorry, but I don't really want you to meet him. Why not? You're the one who got in the way every time I had a boyfriend. I got in the way? Yes, you did. Ever since we were in school. You were bad-mouthing me to my boyfriends. You tried to get them to break up with me. Is that what happened? We never actually broke up, but you would spread rumors about me. It was very stressful. I don't remember that. Don't tell me you don't remember. I don't remember something that long ago. I won't let you be the only one that is happy. That's what you always used to say. You always tried to break up the relationship between me and my boyfriend. That's why I don't want you to meet my husband. You know what? There's no need to dredge up the past. Besides, I'm almost 40. I'm an adult. Don't worry about that. I know. Can I go over to your place next week? Huh? You and your husband are off on work Sunday, right? I really want to meet him. Next week's no good. Why not? I won't say anything bad about you anymore. My husband and I won't be home next week. We're going on a trip. Just you and your husband? Yeah. Where are you going? Alaska. Then I'll go with you. You will? I'll take a day off too and I'll go with you. What are you talking about? 3 is more exciting than 2, right? I've never been to Alaska. Alaska is big and rich in nature, right? I'm looking forward to it. Wait a minute. Why are you coming along on a married couple's trip? Oh, so I can't? Of course not. Oh, you're no fun. It's not fair that you get to have your high-class husband all to yourself. I told you, this is a married couple's trip. We're sisters. We can at least go sightseeing together. You're just trying to get in the way, aren't you? I'm not trying to get in your way. I don't trust you. You're not a very nice sister. I can't help it. I can't forget what you did to me in the past. Besides, you and my husband don't even know each other. He'd be annoyed if you just showed up. How about we meet there? What? Instead of going together from the beginning, let's just pretend to meet there by chance. That's no good either. Don't cause any trouble. It's not fair. We are sisters, but you are the only one who is happy. I'm still single and living alone. Then why don't you find someone to marry too? Even if you say so, it's hard for me to meet someone. Most of my friends around me are married. They don't invite me to parties anymore. Men used to come up to me when I was walking alone on the street. But now, no one will come up to me. Why don't you try going to marriage activity parties? What's with that condescending tone? Are you making fun of me for being single? I'm not making fun of you. If you want to get married, you shouldn't just wait to meet someone. But still, I can't believe you found such a great guy. You never know, do you? I don't understand why he fell in love with you. He says he likes my face. That's just flattery. You don't get married on flattery. He's a doctor and he's tall and handsome. He's too good for you. So, good luck finding someone good, sister. By the way, when are you going on your trip next week? I'm not telling you. Come on, tell me. I'll see you off at the airport. You don't have to do that. This is your last chance to cop that attitude. What? Oh, nothing. Have a good trip. Thank you. Well, I'd better get started on dinner. See you later. Grace, guess where I am now?
Huh, sis?
Actually, I'm in Alaska.
Oh, don't tell me.
I took paid vacation to accommodate your travel schedule. I'm not going to let you be the only one to have a good time, you know.
How did you know when I was going on my trip? How did you get that information?
I asked Dad.
What? I'm sure I reminded Mom and Dad not to tell you anything.
You're so naive. I told Dad I had to take you to the airport on short notice. He told me on the spot.
I see. Alaska is a pretty big place. I'm sure I won't be seeing you here. So you just enjoy your trip.
You think you're so smart, don't you?
Huh?
Hey, you must be pretty frantic by now.
Why?
Because I'm the one who successfully hijacked the honeymoon. I got your husband.
Huh?
Your handsome husband is too good for you. I was waiting at the airport so that I could steal him away from you.
Oh damn, you're a stalker.
Poor Grace. As soon as he got to the airport, I took your husband away from you. You're alone in a hotel right now, right?
What are you talking about?
At first, I didn't have any intention to take him away from you, you know? I was just curious about what your husband looked like. I was watching you from a distance, but once I saw him up close, I felt like I was destined to be with him, and from that moment on, I couldn't stop loving him. It seemed he felt the same way. We went to the hotel I had booked and we did the deed. I'm sorry I took away your honeymoon and your husband. I just had to have him no matter what.
You know,
he's marrying me, so you get the hell out and get a divorce.
Oh, is that so? Rest assured, I'm not gonna fall for any of your bullshit.
Huh?
If it's my husband, he's right next to me.
What are you talking about? He's with me.
Yeah, I'm going to dinner with my husband now. If you want to get married, go ahead.
I know you're frustrated that I took your husband away from you, but why didn't you tell a better lie? A honeymoon by yourself is just a waste of time.
No, I'm not alone. It's not my honeymoon.
Huh?
It's our 10th wedding anniversary.
10th anniversary?
That's right.
Then I feel even worse for you. You were together for 10 years, but he was so easily taken away by me.
Oh God.
We just got our marriage certificates. I'm going to submit the papers to City Hall as soon as you guys get a divorce. I'm surprised that it was a short-lived marriage. I felt love for him and we've already made love. There's no turning back now. Just give up on him and get a divorce.
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll end it here.
Grace must be crying tears of regret right now. I'll enjoy your share of the happiness, so forgive me.
Okay. Goodbye.
Great job, Grace. You divorced him as soon as you came back from your trip, didn't you? Well, it was supposed to be an anniversary trip, but it turned into a heartbreak trip. That's right, you divorced as soon as possible. But thank God. Thanks to you, we got married. I'm so lucky to have a sister who loves me. He says he's happy to marry a beautiful woman too. We're going to be happy. You'll regret it for the rest of your life that you dug your own grave by choosing a guy way out of your league. Low income, low educated men are the best for you. Hey Grace, are you so frustrated that you can't even reply? I'll be inviting you to my wedding soon. Please look forward to it. Grace, everything was all screwed up.
What's wrong, sis?
I'll return him after all. I don't care if I have to pay compensation. Just let me get divorced.
What? What's going on all of a sudden?
What's so high class about him?
What?
You said your husband was a doctor, right?
Yes, but...
Liar! He was just a businessman working for an exploitative company.
Exploitative company?
He works from early in the morning till late at night for a meager salary. He goes out drinking with colleagues every night, saying it's work-related. His boss calls him out on his days off as well. We're newlyweds, but we don't have much time to spend together.
Wow, that's tough.
Don't make it sound like it's someone else's problem. And as soon as we got married, we had to move in with my in-laws. My mother-in-law has been bullying me from the very beginning. She made me quit my job to become a full-time housewife. I was told not to leave the house except to go shopping, and I'm under constant surveillance. My father-in-law pretends he doesn't see anything, and he prods me saying that it's my duty as a wife to obey my mother-in-law. Even if I ask my husband for help, he's hardly ever home because he works for an unscrupulous company. Why do I have to go through this?
What a disaster, huh? But why are you talking about giving me my husband back?
Of course, I'm giving him back. He was originally your husband.
What? Who are you talking about?
Huh?
Because my husband is a doctor who works at a hospital, not a sweatshop. Your husband and my husband are different people.
Huh? That can't be true. Because I took your husband away from you on vacation.
How can you say that you stole my husband in the first place?
Because I saw you with a handsome man at the airport. I saw you with my own eyes. If he wasn't your husband, then who was he? And when he was away from you, I approached him. I asked him to come on a trip with me. He took me up on the offer right away.
Ah, I kind of see where this is going. Listen, I need you to calm down.
What?
That's a friend of my husband's.
A friend?
Yes, a friend from school.
Huh?
I see. You mistook my husband's friend for my husband. It's true, his friend is handsome too.
Wait a minute. Why was his friend traveling with you?
We weren't traveling together. He was in Alaska on a business trip. So we decided to meet up since he was there. The three of us had coffee at the airport. You saw him and me. When you saw us, I think my husband had gone to the restroom.
Oh no. You mean I had the wrong guy?
That's what I'm thinking.
You've got to be kidding me. If that's the case, we should get a divorce right away.
But you like him, don't you? You're lucky you married the handsome man of your dreams.
Don't be silly. What I wanted was your husband. No matter how handsome he is, I can't stay married to a man who works for a bad company and has parents that bully his wife.
Even if you say so, you're the one who started this.
Then will you trade me your husband?
Huh?
I want a good husband too. You've been with him for 10 years. It's time you gave him to me.
Are you stupid, sis?
Even if we get divorced now, I'll be 40 years old. It's not easy to find a new husband. If I trade him for your husband, it'll be a quick and easy way to make me happy.
I can't talk to you any longer. My husband will be home soon. Take care.
Wait, Grace.
I'm sorry, but could you not contact me anymore? I don't want to have anything to do with a sister who always tries to get in the way of my happiness.
Grace? Grace, is now a good time? I have something I want to discuss with you. Please listen to me. Hey, Grace.
What is it? I told you not to contact me anymore.
I have a favor to ask you.
If you're asking me to trade husbands or something, I'm not interested.
It's not that. I need your help.
You need help?
I can't stand living with my in-laws. I asked my husband for a divorce, but he got mad and said you're the one who seduced me. He wouldn't give me a divorce at all.
Well, you were the one who made the first move, weren't you?
On the contrary, he told his parents that I wanted a divorce. They started keeping even a closer watch on me.
Oh my.
That's why I'm trying to get out of this house.
You mean just leaving without telling them?
Yes. Mom and Dad live far away, and I don't have anywhere to go when I leave. So I'm asking you to hide me at your house.
What?
Wouldn't that be nice? Your husband is a doctor and he makes a lot of money. You have a big house, right? So just me living there is okay, isn't it?
I don't want to do that.
Why not? Your sister is in trouble and you won't help her?
On the contrary, why should I help my sister? Even though it ended as just an attempt, you tried to steal my husband. It's also insane to secretly follow your sister and her husband on their trip. The folks also said they're going to cut ties with you.
Oh, no way! Then what am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
You want me to be homeless?
Why don't you just rent an apartment?
They made me quit my job. I don't have money to rent an apartment.
Why don't you get another job?
I can't get another job at my age.
You can't get a full-time job, but you can get a part-time one. Anyway, don't come looking to me for help.
But you're the only person I can rely on. When I bragged that I stole my sister's husband, all my friends left me.
I don't care about that. Pity yourself, you fool.
Hey, please help me. I won't do it again. I'll never think of taking your husband away from you again. So help me get a divorce. Just let me live in your house for a little while.
Since you don't seem to understand, let me tell you something, sister. There are certain things in life that you only have one shot at. Sometimes you lose your credit, you never get it back. You know, I think you've always been a little annoyed with me. I was a fool to think for even a moment that we can reconcile as adults.
Don't say that. We've only got each other.
You're the one who tried to steal your sister's husband, aren't you? You had it all coming. Well then, I have a date with my husband.
It's not fair that you are the only one. You get a high-spec husband. You've been married for 10 years and you're still in love with your husband. Share a little happiness with me too.
So don't depend on me anymore. You've got to work hard yourself to get happiness.
I tried, but I couldn't find happiness. Even now, I'm trying to divorce my husband.
You're trying in the wrong way. Could you just stop bothering me from now on?
Then lend me money.
Huh?
If you won't let me live in your house, lend me the money to rent an apartment.
I don't want to. I told you not to depend on me.
I'll work and pay you back.
Bye, sis.
Wait, Grace. I'm sorry. Please help me.
After that, my sister tried to escape from her parents-in-law's house. But her husband and mother-in-law found her and took her back immediately. Then she begged her husband to leave her, but the divorce was never granted. She seems to be spending her life as a housewife, half a slave, while enduring bullying and constant surveillance. On the other hand, after my sister's fiasco, I moved out just to be safe. My vindictive sister seemed to have found out my whereabouts, so I had to prevent her from attacking me. My husband is very busy at work. He takes me on petite trips on his days off. He also values our time together as a couple. I would like to continue to spend time with my husband, whom I love very much, and to get along well with him.
Amy, do you have a minute? I just started taking a break, so I can talk to you now. What's going on? I've been hearing from my mom a lot since about a month ago. Is something wrong? Yeah. She says she feels lonely since she's living alone. I feel sorry for her. I see. I remember now that your father died a year ago. So she wants to move in with us. She's getting old and she shouldn't force herself doing things she used to do. I'm her only son, so I thought it might be a good time to think about it. Well... You're home all day, so you're not busy, right? What? I'm busy. Even if I'm at home, I'm working just like you. I think I'm doing my job more seriously than you are. You're lying. You're not working, you're just having fun. All you do is just sitting in front of the computer, right? Don't be silly. I write articles every day and I need to be careful not to make any mistakes. I'm doing this with a lot of nerve. Sorry. Don't be rude, okay? But, in case of emergencies, you can handle it, right? For example, if mom gets sick or suddenly collapses. Well, I can handle that. Do you mind if she moves in with us? But I can't be around your mother-in-law during the day, I'm stuck in my room for work. That's fine. I think mom needs the security of having a roommate. We can share the housework, and I'll make sure not to interfere with your work. Will you think about that? Well, I can't do much, but if your mother says she can take care of herself, I'll think about it. I can't let her live alone forever. Really? But I'll definitely have her help with the housework, okay? Your mother is still in good health. I'll make sure to tell her that. Just give me more time to think about it. Got it. Amy, reply to me. Yes, what is it? I'm at work. Can I come back to you later? I wouldn't text you now if it's not an urgent matter. Well then, make it quick. What's for lunch today? Is that what you wanted to ask me? What do you mean by that? It's important to eat 3 meals a day to stay healthy. You are in charge for lunch today, right? What? I'm always the one doing it. What are you talking about? You are so selfish that you don't want to cook, so I've been cooking all week. Oh, is that so? You'll have to make it yourself today. I don't need lunch anyway. What? You're trying to sneak yourself a nice meal, aren't you? That's not fair. Oh my God, I'm at work, Jade. Please, leave me alone. You think you can get away with anything when you say you're at work? It doesn't work that way. Listen to me. I'm working and I don't want to be disturbed. What are you doing in your room, fiddling with your computer? You're just playing with it. You really are a useless wife. But that was the deal, wasn't it? I have to work during the day, so you need to take care of yourself. That was the agreement when you moved in. I understand. I just have to do it on my own, right? You really are a cruel wife. I'll tell my son about this. Excuse me, Jade. I have an online meeting from now, so excuse me. Amy! What is it this time? I know I always say this, but I'm working. I want some cookies for my snack today. Will you go buy some for me? Huh? I told you I'm working now. You have a car, so you can go there in no time, right? Just go and buy some for me. Jade, I'm not playing around here. I have a task to finish today. You should listen to me once in a while. You're really cocky. Sorry, but I can't do that for you. Why don't you go yourself? It's not good for your health if you stay inside the house all the time. Please go for a walk. Hey, how dare you say that to an old person? You are still young enough. You have a good appetite and you can talk loudly too. You are still good at remembering things too. But I think you should move your body a little. I don't want to. It's so troublesome. I see. Then give up on the cookies. No way. If you really want to eat those, I'll go buy some after work today. I'm telling you that I want some now. Don't you understand? I can't go now. I don't have time. Well then, I need to continue with my work. Can I have a minute with you? As long as you make it quick, it's okay. What is it? Mom told me you're bullying her. What? I didn't do such thing. I'm just doing my job every day. How is that related to bullying her? You don't cook lunch and don't even do the shopping. Also, you don't do any of the housework. Mom told me to do something about you since you're a horrible wife. Are you really taking that seriously? I told you that at the beginning, that I can't deal with your mother during the day because I have to work. I told you I'd live with her if she's willing to take care of herself. Besides, you promised to share the housework. Yes, but... You've been playing around too much and not keeping your promise. I need to socialize with people from my workplace. Stop talking nonsense. You remember what you promised, don't you? Of course I do. You and your mother don't keep your promises at all. Maybe so, but don't bully my mother. I'm not bullying her. I work hard to make a living, and you also asked me to do all the housework. I think I'm doing a great job. You don't have to talk like that. Mom may be fine, but she's an old woman. You should listen to her. You're so childish. How dare you? You don't even think about our daily life. What's with that tone of voice? You entered our family as my wife in the first place. Why don't you do your duty as a wife? You keep talking about work and you're so proud of yourself. It can't be helped. We can't live only on your sole income. You don't even keep your promises. You're so persistent. Anyway, I'm not going to quit my job. You should tell your mother that I'm not playing around. I'm working hard each and every day. Your mother thinks I'm playing with my computer. Yeah, that's what I think too. I can't believe even you say that. Do you know why I'm so busy with my work? I know, but you need to get along with Mom anyway. Amy, lunch is ready. What? This is very unusual. What's wrong? What do you mean? I'm on duty for lunch today, right? Yes, but I'm feeling kind of weird. Jade, are you all right? Judas warned me yesterday. I'm sorry for being so selfish. I see. So I talked it over with him. I'm always keeping you busy, so I thought we should plan a family vacation to take a break. Huh? A family vacation? I want to go to a hotel, soak in a hot spring bath, eat delicious food, and relax. I want you to book me a room at a luxury hotel. A luxury hotel? Wait a minute. It costs almost $2,000 for 3 people to stay at a luxury hotel. Do you think we have that much money? We can't afford that. Don't worry about that. What do you mean? Well, I'll take care of all the money. This is a little creepy. What are you talking about? You have never paid a penny for the living expenses, but you're telling me that you'll cover the cost of a luxury hotel room? What is your true intention? What's that? Are you doubting me? That's very rude of you. Because you're suddenly so nice to me, so I thought there was something fishy going on. That's not true. I was sincerely sorry for what I did, and Judas feels the same way too. We forgot about our promise when we started living together. So, as an apology, we decided to have a family vacation to relieve your fatigue. So let me pay for it. You don't need to worry. Are you really sure about that? Yes, of course. Please take care of the reservations at the luxury hotel with hot spring and good food. Okay then. Jade, where did you go? It looks like Judas isn't here either. Oh, I'm sorry. I took him to go shopping with me. What? That's terrible. You should have invited me too. There is a cab in front of the hotel. If you take that cab and go sightseeing, you can pay for your shopping together with your hotel bill. Isn't that great? You can stay at the hotel and relax. I'm sure you're tired from your busy work schedule. Is that sarcasm? No, I'm just giving you my heartfelt appreciation. Anyway, are you sure you can afford to shop so much? It's a luxury hotel, so the payment alone is quite a lot. You don't have to worry about that. I'll pay for everything in one lump sum. Well, if you say so. Jade, where are you? It's almost time to check out. We just arrived home. What? Home? What do you mean? You need to pay the $8,000 for the hotel. If you don't do that, you're going to jail. What? Why? Because if you stay at the hotel without the ability to pay, you may be guilty of fraud. That's not what you told me. You said you're going to pay all the hotel bills, right? And how much did you and Judas shop? I can't believe you charged me $8,000. Thanks to you, I got a good deal. I went to a mall that's well loved by the locals. I found a lot of clothes and accessories that I liked. Judas also found his favorite ones, so we bought it together. So please take care of the payment. You two deceived me, didn't you? I thought it was very suspicious, and looks like my instinct was right. This is just too much to bear. I was a fool to believe you. I would never have given you, who always bullies me, a free stay at a luxury hotel. You really are an idiot, aren't you? But thanks to your stupidity, Judas and I were able to have a good time. I thank you for that.
I feel bad. I'm sorry for going home before you together with Mom.
Judas, what are you doing there with your mother?
Because you bully my mom, don't you? It's always been so hard for me to watch her get bullied. So I thought of a way to punish you. You're a workaholic, so I'm sure you make a lot of money. So please pay for the bill in full. I'm sure you can afford that.
What a foolish mother and son. I would never pay $8,000 for you guys.
But we're already home, so you're the one who has to pay.
Don't be silly. You're the ones who'll go to jail.
Huh?
It was a strange turn of events, so I thought there was something fishy going on.
You're skeptical.
I can't help but being skeptical. I was kind enough to let you move in, but you and your son didn't keep your promise. But you accused me for bullying you.
It's true, isn't it?
I've never bullied you. I just told you I couldn't help you because you kept asking me to do unreasonable things while I was at work.
You need to pay $8,000 no matter what you say. Don't try to threaten me and my son by telling that we'll go to jail. Stop joking.
I'm not joking. You know what? The bill for the hotel stay and your shopping will go to the person who made the reservation.
I know that. That's why I asked you to make the reservation.
I made the reservation in your name.
Huh? That's a lie, right? Why did you use someone's name without permission?
Because no matter how I thought about it, it was suspicious. You, who always interfere with my work so much, suddenly changed. You had never taken a single trip with me before, right? So I was sure there was something wrong. Looks like I was right.
Wait a minute. How could I possibly pay $8,000?
But if you don't pay, you'll go to jail.
There's no way I can afford it. I'm living on a pension. What are you thinking?
I know. I thought it was strange because the money from the sale of your house seemed to be gone too.
If you know what's going on, you should pay it.
You harassed me every day, interfered with my work. I can't pay $8,000 for people who dared to leave me in a fancy hotel and forced me to pay the bill.
So what am I supposed to do?
Why don't you just ask Judas? In the first place, you two talked it over and decided, right?
Yes, but...
There's no way he can pay that. On top of his low income, he spends his money on casino and other gambling games. I've been paying almost all of our living expenses until this day.
Then why don't you just pay that hotel bill?
That's why I'm making the reservation in your name. You're the one who should settle the bill. I don't have to pay for that. If you can't pay, You'll go to jail together with your son. I'll take you two to the police." "You've got to be kidding me. You haven't done your duty as a wife at all, and now you want me to pay for our trip? I don't want a wife like that for my son. I'll have you divorce Judas right now."
I knew it.
"Huh?"
I'm glad you have the same opinion. I'm going to stop by the city office on my way home and file the divorce papers. Now I can be a stranger to you and your son.
"Stop blabbering nonsense. How long are you going to keep on fooling around? Besides, Judas didn't fill out the divorce papers. The divorce papers won't be accepted without his signature. You really are an idiot, aren't you?"
That's why I have the divorce papers that Judas filled out. I always kept it in my bag.
"What? Why?"
When he asked me to let you move in with us, at first I refused. As you can see, I was stuck in my room almost every day for work and couldn't help you with your needs. Besides, I knew that Judas was spending all his money on gambling.
"You've been planning it for that long?"
So I told him that I can't live with his mother unless he started bringing in some money to live on. And he agreed with that. But I had a feeling that he didn't understand about what I was trying to tell him.
"Is that why you made Judas fill out the divorce papers? Were you planning to divorce him from the beginning?"
No, it wasn't like that. We thought that if you were going to live with us, we had to be responsible for you. So, I declared that if he couldn't keep his promise, I would divorce him, and I asked him to fill out the divorce papers. I was hoping that by doing so, Judas would become more aware.
"What? I don't think he remembers that."
He was so excited about you moving in with us. He must have filled out the form while not paying attention to what we were talking about. I'm really stunned.
"Judas says he doesn't remember writing it."
That would be proven when I submit the documents. So, I'm going to go and submit to the authorities.
"I won't forgive you if you do something so selfish. First, pay the $8,000 bill, and then we'll talk about divorce."
Why do I have to go through all that trouble? Your name was on the reservation, so you will have to pay the bill. You want me to divorce your son, don't you? Your son will listen to what you tell him anyway. And I've been wishing for a divorce ever since you moved in. It would be smart to file divorce papers on my way home.
"Don't be stupid. I won't allow it."
No, it's not stupid because it's what we all want. Assuming you ran away from the hotel without paying the bill, I'm afraid the police has been informed. I think a police car will be arriving at the house soon.
Oh my God. Am I going to get arrested? Are you kidding me?
I've explained it to you many times.
Why should I go to the police?
Because you did something you shouldn't.
It's Judas's fault too for spending all the money he got from selling our family house. If I had that money, I could have paid you $8,000.
Your son spends as much as he has on gambling. Maybe it's because you didn't educate him well enough.
Oh no, then what should we do?
From now, you'll have to go to the police and face the reality.
I told you I don't want to go to the police.
Even if you say that, you planned it yourself, so it can't be helped.
It's not just me. Judas agreed to it too.
Then you can explain that to the police, because I will be out of touch with you guys right after this. Do not contact me again.
Amy, you have to help us. Do something about it, please.
No, I won't do anything. I have no more feelings for you and your son. By the way, while you and your son are at the police station, I'm going to have to pull out my stuff from the house.
Amy, wait! I can't rely on Judas alone. Please do something about it.
After this, Jade was taken to the police and a damage report was filed against her for non-payment of lodging and other expenses. It seems that they were able to settle out of court, but there is no way they can pay $8,000. Jade sold her family house when she moved in.
but she had no savings because she had spent all the money on her stupid son. They are now penniless and can't even pay their rent, so they were evicted from the apartment. Now they are both working at a factory with a dormitory to pay back the $8,000 they owe. I hope this will put an end to Judas's gambling. Well, it's nothing to do with me now that the divorce is finalized. I have signed a new contract for a stylish apartment so that I can work comfortably. I'm working sparingly because I've been receiving more demands for my writing job. I earn enough to live on, so I'm going to save for the time being. I have learned the importance of saving money from my experience with Judas and his mother.
Hey Rose, I'll be home early today. Can you make me my favorite fried chicken tonight?
Oh, hi, honey. You must be tired. You're earlier than usual today.
I've been working overtime a lot lately. I'm starving, so make sure it's ready and on the table when I get home.
Sorry, I'm not feeling very well today. I hate to ask, but would you mind picking something up on the way home?
Oh, come on, what are you whining about? It's your job to cook. Can't you at least make me some chicken?
I'm really not feeling well. It's all I can do to get out of bed. Just pick something up tonight.
This is just the same as always. You're always saying you don't feel well. Why don't you think about someone else for a change? I'm really bushed from work. I would at least like to have a nice hot meal on days I can get home early.
You don't have to talk to me like that. I work full-time too. I'm especially out of it today. It's not my fault.
It's probably not anything anyway. You're just acting, so you don't have to go to the trouble of making dinner.
Of course not. I really can't get up. Please understand.
Okay, that's enough. If you don't care about me that much, I'm not coming home today. I'm sick and tired of your selfishness.
I understand. You don't have to come home. You're on your own today.
I will. See ya. Rose, did you take the day off work today?
Yes, I did. I woke up this morning and I still wasn't feeling well. I asked my boss to let me use my paid holiday.
Oh, come on. Going out of your way to take a day off is a bit much, isn't it?
I'm going to try to make it to work tomorrow.
By the way, I need you to clean up the house for me.
What? I clean the house every day.
I'm telling you to make it spotless.
Why?
Because I've decided to have my parents live with us.
Excuse me?
Especially since my mom is so picky about cleaning, make sure there's not a speck of dust.
What's with them suddenly living with us?
You didn't cook dinner last night. I went home to my parents. That's when they asked me if they could move in with us. They're both old now and they're worried about their health. They asked me to help them out by letting them live with us.
I see, but I can't live with them, so you'll have to tell them no.
Huh? Why can't you live with my parents?
Even though they're in-laws, they're strangers to me. I don't want to live with them and have to worry about them every day. I've heard so many stories about problems living together with parents.
Don't talk so coldly about them being strangers. You're my wife and you married into my family. You can think of them as your own parents and you don't have to worry about them.
Oh no, it's not that easy. Besides, even if we all live together, who's going to help them?
What do you mean?
It sounds like your parents want to live with us because they're worried about their health. What if they get sick?
Well, I guess just take care of them. Or just take them to the hospital.
Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to take them to the hospital? Even on weekdays when you have work, can you take time off?
Why would I take time off from work? That would be your job, wouldn't it?
What are you talking about?
I'm busy with work and I can't suddenly take a day off on a weekday.
I work on weekdays just like you.
But you're just a regular employee. You have a small workload and light responsibilities, so it's easy and convenient. I'm in a responsible position as a section chief, so I can't just go and take time off like that.
I guess your parents can't live with us after all. If that's the way you think about it, there's no way I'm living with them.
What the hell?
Basically, you should be the one to deal with your parents. It doesn't matter if I'm the wife or not, or whether my workload is light or not. And I don't see why you have the nerve to bring up the idea of them moving in together at a time like this. I'm sick in bed, missing work.
What do you mean you're sick? You're just laying around in bed.
Oh man, you're making me feel even worse. I'm going to bed, so we're done talking about this. I need to rest, so don't call me for a while. Rose, do you have something against your in-laws? Jasmine, what's wrong all of a sudden? Don't be so obvious. Andrew told me. He said you refused to let us live with you. Oh, about that. If it's about living together, let's talk about it some other time. I'm sure he told you, but I'm not feeling well. Oh, just be quiet. We're not talking about your health right now. Our living together is more important than that. Oh, God. My son wants to help his parents. You ruined it by refusing to live with us. That's not true. Andrew says he wants to help, but he's not going to do anything. Even if you guys got sick, he wasn't planning to take care of you. He wouldn't even take you to the hospital. He was planning to make me take care of his own parents. What's wrong with that? Oh gosh. It's a wife's duty to take care of her husband's parents. Besides, I don't want to bother Andrew, who's busy with work. So you're saying if it's the wife, you can bother her as much as you want? That's what a wife is supposed to do. Just get some common sense. Stop fussing around and get the place ready for us. Apparently, you're not feeling well, but get yourself together and get our room ready. We're planning to move in there by the end of the month. No, that'll be a problem. I don't want to live with you. Don't just go on deciding everything one-sidedly. Oh, you be quiet. You have no right to refuse. You should just shut up and do as we say. Oh my God. Oh yeah, and by the way, I better tell you up front, but we're not paying any living expenses even though we're living with you. Our son, Andrew, said living with you is a way of showing respect to us. He said we don't have to pay anything. What? And both of us have activities on the weekend, so you'll have to take us and pick us up. Activities? Dad is taking painting classes and I'm learning yoga. No way! Do I have to deal with all of that? Because, Jasmine, you're our daughter-in-law. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the most important thing. When we move in with you, we're going to need some pocket money. Pocket money? I'm going to pay all your living expenses and give you an allowance too? Social Security isn't enough to get by on these days. Senior citizens have their own social life, you know. If you want an allowance, why don't you ask your son for it? It's hard to ask him to do something so embarrassing. That's why I'd like you to take care of it on the side without telling him. You're both working, so I'm sure you have plenty of money. Oh, this is all just too much. And there's no way I could be able to live with you. I'm really sorry, Jasmine, but we will never live together, so you better give up on it now. What did you just say to me? Well, I have to go now. I think I'm getting even sicker because of you guys. Andrew, I'm going to be hospitalized.
What? Hospitalized?
Recently, I've been feeling very nauseous and I don't have much appetite at all. So I went to the hospital. It looks like I have a big ulcer from stress.
I didn't know it was that serious.
I thought it would go away if I just stayed home and slept. I've been working pretty hard lately. Maybe that's why.
Oh, come on. How could you have any stress when you don't even work that much? What's going to happen to my life when you're in the hospital? I'll be eating at restaurants every day from now on, and I'll have to clean up after myself.
You don't have to talk like that. The doctor says I should stay in the hospital for a week or two, so you'll have to take care of yourself during that time.
So you're going to be in the hospital that long? Then I guess we will have to have my parents live with us.
What? Live together?
They live with us and my mom will take care of the housework. You have no right to complain. It's your fault for getting yourself hospitalized and not being able to do your job.
Why are you just going ahead and deciding all this on your own? I told you I don't want to live with them.
Shut up. I told you you have no right to complain. My parents always wanted to live with us and I need help with the house. It's a conflict of interest.
I can't believe I'm going to have to live with them when I get out of the hospital. It's so bad it makes the pit of my stomach growl.
Okay, I've made up my mind. They're moving in starting today.
Oh God.
I'll start moving my parents' stuff in right away. I don't care what you say. They're living with us.
I told you I don't want to. I can see my mother-in-law rubbing me the wrong way every day.
Do you really hate my mother that much? Then you'll be in the hospital for the rest of your life. There's no place for you to come back to.
I'm not going home.
What do you mean?
I'm going straight home to my parents' place after I get out of the hospital.
What do you mean you'll go back to your parents' house? Why aren't you coming back here?
Of course, it's because I'm getting a divorce. I can't live with you anymore.
What the hell?
Forcing this on me while I'm in the hospital? I never thought you were such a selfish person.
Oh, come on, why are you suddenly talking about divorce? Are you seriously planning not to come back when you get out of the hospital?
Why? What are you worried about? There's no place for me to go back to, is there?
That's just a figure of speech. It's because you wouldn't listen about living with my parents. I thought it'd be a good time to proceed with the plan because you were in the hospital. I thought you would just come home as usual after you got out, and then you'd accept living with them because you had no choice.
I've told you again and again, I absolutely refuse to live with them. So I won't accept it because I have no choice, and I'm choosing divorce.
Oh, come on now.
Or rather, it was because I felt like I couldn't live with you anymore, even before they were going to live with us.
What? Me?
Hey Andrew, do you know why I got a hole in my stomach from stress?
It was because you were working too hard, right? Even though you don't even really have a job title like I do. It's funny that you're working so hard when you don't even have a real job. You're pretty bad at getting your point across.
You have no idea. Hard work doesn't just mean your job. I work full-time every day and you leave all the housework to me. On top of that, I have to take care of you.
Huh? You've been doing the housework and taking care of me for a long time. It's ridiculous that you're getting stressed out over it now. You've at least had time to rest.
In my spare time, I was collecting evidence of your affair. Thanks to that, I didn't have time to sleep at all.
What's that? Wait a minute. Hey, what do you mean evidence of my affair?
You think I didn't know? I've known about your affair for a long time. The woman you're having an affair with is a temp worker at your office. You pretended to work late and went out with her 4 times a week. It seems you're really into her.
What? How long have you known about this?
Well, I found out about 6 months ago, I guess. I ran into you on the way home from a company welcome party. I happened to see you two walking hand in hand.
What?
I immediately asked a professional agency to investigate the affair, but the investigation was more expensive than I had imagined. And even if we got divorced, I was worried about the future with the money I was making at the time. So I let it be for 6 months while I prepared for the divorce.
You can't be serious.
Because you left me with all the housework, I couldn't do any overtime and I got stuck in the ranks. So I worked tirelessly to get a promotion. I worked harder than usual to stay on time and finish more than usual so you wouldn't find out. And in my spare time, I'd look for evidence of your affair. It was hard work and it made me sick to my stomach every day, but it got me the promotion. I'll be making a lot more money and I'm not afraid of getting divorced from you anymore. I've got plenty of evidence that you cheated on me, so it'll be easy to file for compensation.
Oh, wait a minute. I was just having a little fun. It's not serious, so there's no need for divorce.
It's unbelievable that you would make me do everything so you could go out and fool around. It only makes me want to divorce you even more.
What?
As soon as I get out of the hospital, I'll proceed with the divorce proceedings. And I'm going to demand compensation from you. Please make sure everything goes smoothly so I don't get a hole in my stomach again.
Oh, come on now.
Don't be disappointed. You won't have a wife that doesn't want to live with your parents. From now on, you can be as respectful to your parents as you want. Okay, so I gotta go now. I've already told them I don't want any visitors, so don't come storming into the hospital or anything like that. Rose, what are you thinking? Andrew's really upset. He said you slapped him with a divorce out of nowhere. You're not serious about divorce, are you? I'm serious. I don't want to live with a cheating creep anymore. Just because he cheated on you? Don't be stupid. Come home when you get out of the hospital. You're moving in with us. Why do you want to live with me so badly? It would probably be easier for you guys if you didn't have such a troublesome daughter-in-law.
Because your father and I are getting old and we are worried about our health.
You're lying, aren't you?
Huh?
Because you won't be able to pay off your debts behind your son's back without me, right?
What?
I had a bad feeling about this. The moving together was sudden and you guys were very persistent about it. I thought there might be something behind it, so I did some research. I found out that you and your husband are in debt.
That's a lie. How do you know that? What did you do?
I took a look in your mailbox. I found a lot of demand letters. One of them was from a consumer finance company.
What a thing to do. You snooped in our mailbox? Who do you think you are?
Who do I think I am? Well, I'm your daughter-in-law.
It's an invasion of privacy to look at other people's letters. That's insane.
Don't talk like I'm not family. Andrew told me that my in-laws are family, not strangers. I didn't even open the letters. If they're family, it's fine to look inside the mailbox, isn't it?
What?
The reason you asked me to give you some money without telling Andrew, was it to pay off debt? I don't know the specific amount, but it sounds like it's pretty bad.
Well, that's...
But it is hard, isn't it? Senior citizens have their social life. The monthly fees you pay together for your activities amount to about $800. If you quit that, you could pay off your debts. But you can't stop because you have your social life. If it's too hard for you to do it, I can contact them and tell them you're withdrawing from the classes.
Don't do that. Painting and yoga are the only thing we have to live for. Dad seems to enjoy having a beautiful art teacher teach him. And I'm having fun learning yoga from a young, handsome yoga instructor. It's hard to pay off my debt, but I don't want to stop.
Well then, go ahead and continue while being in debt. I'm not going to be a family member anymore, so it's none of my business. I'm sure your kind son Andrew will help you out as part of his respect to his parents.
Rose, you're already discharged from the hospital, right? Why haven't you come home yet?
What are you talking about? I told you I wasn't going home when I got out of the hospital.
My mom and dad are waiting for you. Why don't you hurry up and come home?
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not going there? We're divorced. We're strangers.
Hey, do me a favor, Rose. Will you reconsider the divorce? I was just screwing around. I would never leave you.
Cheating is cheating, for fun or not. The fact that you cheated on me doesn't go away. No matter how much you apologize, it's a waste of time. Just get the divorce and pay off your parents' debt.
I can't handle that much debt on my own.
What? Is it that much?
$100,000 in total. I'm so shocked. It's way more than I imagined.
How could it be as much as $100,000? They were just spending money on expensive lessons, weren't they?
The thing is, I didn't know it either, but they were both spending money left and right. My dad's retired and on a pension. He was spending money the same way he did when he was working. Slowly, their savings started to dwindle until they ran out, and his debt started to mount up.
Oh, since you mention it, they both like traveling abroad, don't they?
I think they went abroad at least once a year.
If you kept doing that while living on a pension, you'd run out of savings.
I can't believe my parents were in debt. It's sad how pathetic they are.
But, on the contrary, it's a good thing they only have that much. You can afford to pay back $100,000, can't you? You're getting a really good salary. Even if you pay me my share of the property and compensation, you still have a good amount of savings.
And now that savings is about to run out. I'm about to be fired from my job.
What?
That woman betrayed me.
What? Did she dump you? Why?
You said you were divorcing me, so I had no choice but to propose to her. She turned me down and told the company.
Wow, you said she was just a fling, but then you asked her to marry you?
Well, I had no choice. You said you were divorcing me.
I can't believe you proposed to her.
I can't go back to being single now. I can't do anything about the house. There's no way I can find someone to remarry a divorced guy who lives with his parents.
That's why she turned you down.
She's the only girl I had at the time.
And as a result, you were embarrassingly dumped.
This really sucks. She seemed really into having a good time, and then she played the victim. She lied and said that I threatened to cut her contract if she didn't do what I said. Because of that, I was immediately suspended by the company.
Wow, you're a hopeless man, but your mistress is more ruthless than I thought. She's been sleeping with someone's husband for the past 6 months and then plays a victim?
I didn't see that coming either.
That's too bad.
Don't talk to me like I'm somebody else. I need you to prove my innocence. Of course, I admit that I cheated on you and I apologize. I'll even pay you some compensation. So please come back to me and tell the company the truth. With the evidence you've gathered over the past 6 months, I can explain to the company that our relationship was mutually consensual.
I respectfully decline.
What?
I would never go back to you, but out of pity, I'll lend you the evidence I have of the affair, but I'll charge you a fee. Let me see, how about $5,000 for all the evidence?
Are you kidding me?
Collecting all of that proof gave me an ulcer. I'm not going to lend it to you for free.
Oh, give me a break.
And you have to agree to the divorce immediately. Otherwise, I won't lend you one piece of evidence no matter how much money you offer me.
I don't want a divorce.
But you want proof of the affair, right?
Oh God, it's not fair to make divorce a condition.
Well, I'll leave it up to you. Bye. After that, Andrew persistently tried to get me back together with him. I guess he was still afraid of getting fired from the company, so he reluctantly agreed to the divorce. He immediately transferred the compensation and the $5,000 for the use of the documents. Thanks to this, he was able to receive proof of the affair from me and was able to avoid being fired. Soon, however, Andrew voluntarily resigned from the company. Rumors of the affair spread within the company. He couldn't take everybody continuously looking at him sideways. After resigning, Andrew and his parents began to live on part-time jobs. Because of debts, the family finances were tight. Of course, his parents had to stop going to their classes. They all just moaned and complained, saying it wasn't supposed to be like that. They are working hard from morning till night every day. As for me, I returned to my parents' house to start a new life. Thanks to the support of my family, my health has improved. I have been entrusted with a challenging job at work, and I am living a fulfilling life.
Janet, that fancy dress in your room? What is that? It's a fancy floral pattern, and the sleeves and length are too short. It's inappropriate for a married woman to wear such a flashy dress. I confiscated your dress for you. You should try to wear modest dress, okay? Huh? Sarah? Did you enter this side of the house again without permission? It's connected only by a staircase that's unlocked. Just because it's a two-family layout doesn't mean you can enter without permission. Moreover, you entered the room and stole the dress. Please return my dress right now. Stealing? I'm just educating you. You're a married woman trying to seduce a man with such flashy clothes. I'm just educating you, you insolent daughter-in-law. I didn't keep it for myself to wear. As you know, I work as a designer, so I have a lot of clothes. I have dozens of dresses. So what? You designed these disgusting clothes. Your work is vulgar. Who walks around in those vulgar clothes? I know who it is. I know that you stole the clothes from my room and wear them. You often go out with your friends for shopping and coffee. What? And I hate to say this, but we don't have such bold mini lengths and short sleeves. We're more of an elegant brand for adults. If it's too short, then it's simply not the right size. What do you mean? Speak up! Can I say it? It means you are very fat. Huh? Well, it's true that I've been a little concerned about it lately, but I can tell without being told that you stole these clothes and wear them without permission. The fabric and elastic are unusually stretched and so on. If you force yourself to wear clothes that don't fit, the design will be ruined and it won't look good. I suggest you wear a size that is right for you. I understand. I can just return it. I'll bring it back later.
Yes, please return it today.
What a cheeky daughter-in-law. I don't know if you're a designer or not, but you don't have much work to do anyway. You're so bossy.
You don't steal people's things. I think it's common sense. Even elementary schoolers could understand that.
Shut up. You really are a cocky daughter-in-law. Janet, I got rid of all the vulgar clothes in your room.
Huh? I thought it was lunch break, so I opened my phone and suddenly, what? You can't be serious, can you?
Of course I'm serious. I think they're probably being burned at the garbage disposal site by now.
Huh? What the hell are you doing? Could it be all the clothes I was making and hanging on the form?
Of course. I got rid of all the vulgar clothes. And by the way, all the papers that were around.
Clothing design drawings? No way. Oh my God. That was something I was drawing for work.
I'm telling you that work is vulgar.
Huh?
You quit your work. If you think about it, you're cheeky. I think it's because you're in a flashy world like the apparel industry. You seem to think you're so smart just because you can make some clothes. But the clothes you make are gaudy and vulgar like garbage. Only a whore would wear those clothes. As a wife, a pair of sweatshirts, jeans, and an apron are enough. I threw away all those fancy, non-functional trash clothes. I bought you clothes that are appropriate for a wife instead. From now on, you are to wear it.
You are a wife too. You have a lot of gaudy clothes.
I'm fine. Besides, my oldest son, Bob, and my second son, Zach, both of my sons are interested in the apparel industry and are actually working in it. And yet, if I, as their mother, am not a fashion-conscious and attractive woman, it would be a disservice to them and to the world. That's why I'm fine.
So I don't need to worry about what I wear because I'm married?
Yes, especially you. It's a disturbing concept for educating wife.
Huh? Educating wife?
I'm saying that as the wife and the daughter-in-law of this house, I will discipline you. You are to sleep on our side of the household starting tonight. Oh, and that you're to report your resignation to the company before you come back. I got rid of all the clothes in your room, so you wouldn't be able to work even if you wanted to.
You took the liberty of getting rid of my clothes for that?
That's right. So you'll have to resign, right? That's right.
Nonsense.
Huh?
I have to go to a client after lunch, so if you'll excuse me.
Nonsense? I will not tolerate your outbursts against me, your husband's mother. I thought I would start in earnest tomorrow, but I've changed my plans. Starting today, I will thoroughly educate you. You go home prepared. I know all about your shallow wiles. You think you fooled me, but you haven't. Last night, I thought you didn't come home. I was right. You came back in the early morning. You seem to be sneaking around, but I can easily spot you when I see your car. And since you got home early in the morning, I can't believe you slept until this hour. What a slovenly person. If you are the wife of the family, you should get up at 5 a.m. every morning to make breakfast for your husband. What's more unforgivable is this red wine I found in the kitchen. It's really outrageous that you would buy something so extravagant. The wife should just drink tap water. It is unforgivable that you would buy such a luxury item without telling your husband. I couldn't help but lose my temper and pour wine on you while you were sleeping. But this time of year, I'm sure it would have been enough to get to the core of your body. The blanket got wet, And now you can't go back to sleep. That's right. Let's do this every morning. It's a perfect custom to signal the start of a day of your education. Okay then, it's decided. Starting today, I will educate you. I'll pour red wine over your head to wake you up in the morning. What? Sarah? Come on. Get up quickly and come to the kitchen on our side of the house. I was on a business trip last night and didn't come home. Huh? After texting you yesterday afternoon, I flew to LA branch. So I'm at a business hotel in LA right now. To LA? On a business trip? Huh? Didn't I tell you? Janet, what are you talking about? I won't allow such excuses just because you don't want me to educate you. Just get on with it and come to the kitchen on our side. I'm in LA, so I can't. You're lying because your car is in the garage. I didn't use it yesterday, so it must have been sitting there all day. Huh? But you always sleep in the room next to the living room, don't you? That's where you were sleeping. Could it be Zach? Huh? Zach? Bob and Zach, both brothers, are off duty today. Last night, they said they'll stay with our side because they're going to play a game. Huh? Also, they asked me if they could borrow a blanket for visitors and sleep in the other room. I usually sleep there. I'm not home, so no problem. I said okay. I don't know about the wine. Didn't they buy it for them to drink together? Huh? Then I poured wine over... Did you pour it on him without even looking at him? Because I was afraid that if I stayed too long, they would fight back. I poured wine on him and immediately ran away to the other side of the house. Could it be that... Wouldn't it be better to go and check immediately who you have poured red wine on? No way. Janet, you've caused me a lot of trouble. Come back quickly and reflect on what you've done. I don't know what I should be sorry for. Can you please stop blaming others? You have a lot to be sorry for. If only you had quit your job and educated yourself. You meant to say that it was supposed to be me, not Zach, who had wine poured on him this morning. That's right. That's what was supposed to happen. It's an education for you, so it should have happened, and yet... Zach apologized to me on the phone. Huh? Because of that, Zach is resigning. What? What do you mean? How can pouring wine on Zach by mistake lead to his resignation? Well, because his mother was bullying the president of his own company. What? The president? If I were in his position, I would have felt the same responsibility. Wait a minute, Janet. What are you talking about, the president of his company? Yes, you're right. I should just reveal it already. Until now, I didn't talk about it because of Bob and Zach's intention, but... So what? The president of the apparel company that Bob and Zach work for, actually, it's me. What? The company was originally started by a small group of people, including me as the main designer. Thankfully, the company became popular and grew in size. We were able to afford to hire employees like Bob and Zach. Now I work as the president and designer. Why did you keep such an important thing from me? If you know that your daughter-in-law is in a superior position to your own two sons, he said that you would likely bully me. Bob and Zach both suggested to me before we got married that we should wait and see how things would turn out. But in the end, you said, I'm going to educate my daughter-in-law. You were so excited that you poured red wine on me. Zach was so shocked to see his mother's foolishness that he said he was so sorry that he was resigning from his job. Oh no. Of course, Zach is an excellent employee. I tried to dissuade him, telling him that if he quit now, it would be a big blow to the company. Oh, I see. So he is not going to do something stupid like resigning, isn't he? How can you say that in your position? Why don't you think about who did the stupidest thing? Zach is a full-fledged man. The fact that he would take responsibility for your actions, even to the point of resigning from his job, shows that he has a great deal of determination. I thought about allowing him to do so without penalty, or even reducing his salary or demoting him. But in the earnest and honest mind of Zach, there was no way he could be okay with that. So for that reason, I'm going to fire your son. What? Fired? Zach asked me to fire him. Otherwise, it would be embarrassing to continue our relationship as brother and sister-in-law. He wants to make sure that he gets his comeuppance. So I decided to respect his wishes and fire him. Technically, it's not a disciplinary dismissal, but a voluntary resignation. He will receive severance pay and other benefits. Zach asked me to make it a disciplinary action, but I didn't give in. We both agreed, and this is the result. But whose fault is it that we ended up like this in the first place? You understand, don't you? Oh my God! I can't believe Zach resigned because of me. To apologize to someone like you and ask you to let him go? I can't believe you made him do such a humiliating thing. Are you still saying that? Sarah, you still don't understand the gravity of what you've done. You're just making this bigger than it is. I don't know if you're the president or what, but get over yourself. I won't allow you to disrespect Zach any longer. It's not just Zach. This goes for my husband Bob too. Huh? Even Bob? Bob's resignation hasn't been accepted yet. After he finishes dealing with the massive loss that you've incurred, he will resign from the company. I beg your pardon. What loss? I just poured wine on Zach. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. It's all the clothes you threw away. Huh? I'm sure they're probably in ashes in the landfill by now. Including the unpublished design drawings, they were company property. I'll make sure you're to compensate for the damage. What? Compensation for damages? What do you mean? Zach and Bob will discuss the details with your husband tonight. At that time, please have your two sons explain to you. They longed to be in the apparel industry and fulfilled their dream to join my company. But because of you, their dreams were cut short by you, even though they were outstanding employees. Huh? Wait a minute. Is it my fault? I would have liked to be there if I could, but unfortunately, I'm in LA right now. Now, if you'll excuse me. Please, it was my fault. So please don't make me pay for the damages. That's impossible. It's not a personal decision. It's a company-wide decision. It's crazy of you to take money from my family. Family? Didn't you discuss this with them? Of course we did, but I can't stop it, so I'm asking you to do it. Zach is trying to protect his girlfriend, whom he is currently dating, from you bullying her. He's going to be taken into her family, and he's going to start all over again, looking for a job from scratch. And Bob and I will end our cohabitation at the end of this month. That's what you heard too, right? Can't you understand that we don't consider you a family member anymore? Not only that, even my husband. He started saying he was divorcing me. I've already heard that too. Your husband's decision surprised me too, but I don't blame him. Why? Don't you understand? I don't understand. We've been a successful family all this time. Is that really true? What? I can't say much, but I only know what I've heard from Bob and Zach. But you, as a mother and a wife in this family, Have you ever thought about how well you were able to fulfill that role? I'm always perfect. Well, I'm not sure that's a good answer. What? No, I don't think you'd take this very well if I told you, so I'm not going to do it. What? What is that? Who do you think you are? Say it, Janet. I think it's best if you realize it yourself, so I won't say it. What? Since we are no longer living together, I will not be visiting your side of the house for the remainder of the term. We'll be filing a formal claim for damages as soon as possible. Wait a minute. Let bygones be bygones, and stop with the compensation. Then, don't dismiss my sons. And tell my husband and sons to desist. If they leave, who will make the money? I won't be able to make a living. I'll make sure I get along with you from now on, so please don't leave. I think that's your problem, isn't it? Huh? Well, I know it's a little early to say this, but thank you for everything. Hey, Janet! Bye. After that, first of all, we dissolved our cohabitation with my mother-in-law. After the standstill, my parents-in-law's divorce was finalized. As for the damages from my company, they paid me back in one lump sum with the money from our property division. As a result, she lost her living expenses and she was left alone, started working part-time in tears. However, she had never worked before and seemed to be stressed by being supervised by a boss who was younger than her. She had been getting into trouble at her part-time job, resigning from her job and moving from one place to another. After the compensation case was settled, my husband resigned from the company as he declared. I thought it was a little too harsh, but Zach also quit because he took responsibility. He resigned, saying that he would learn from his older brother's example and give himself a clean bill of health. Now Bob is working hard with Zach to launch a new brand. Alexandra, how have you been? I'm fine. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've seen you, Uriel. I've been in a hurry to pick up and drop off my daughter every day. It's true. You've been neglecting me. I'm not neglecting you. But it must have been hard for Megan too. She was looking forward to her elementary school life so much. She's finally getting used to it, and just when it's about to be summer vacation, she broke her arm. I think teachers should pay more attention to each student. Well, I'm sure she was careless too. She was injured while playing in the schoolyard during lunch break. It can't be helped, but she's recovering well. I can't believe you didn't scold her. You have to be stricter with her. You really irritate me. I'm sorry. It's fine to be mild-mannered, but if you don't say what needs to be said, people will underestimate you. I know. Anyway, how may I help you? Oh, I have some clothes I ordered to be amended at the department store the other day. It's supposed to be finished tomorrow, so I was wondering if you could take and deliver it to me. I can't drive, so I have no choice. Tomorrow? Megan's school doesn't start until noon tomorrow, so I have to pick her up early. What does this have to do with Megan's pickup? I have to pick her up at the time she leaves school, so I don't have time to take and deliver those clothes to you. It takes me almost an hour each way to get there. It's a 2-hour round trip, so it should be enough time to pick her up from school, right? There are some roads that are inevitably congested. What about the day after tomorrow? I'm sure I can deliver them to you since I have plenty of time to spare. I'm asking you to deliver it to me tomorrow. You can't listen to what I told you? That's not what I meant. If I'm going to visit you, I'd like to do it in a relaxed manner. I don't care if it's relaxing or rushed. I just want my clothes delivered. It's not that I want to meet you. Don't make excuses. Just shut up and do what you're told. I understand. I'll deliver them tomorrow. I'll tell Megan to wait for me at school. Please do so. Charles, can I talk to you now? As long as it's not a phone call, I can talk to you. What's up? I know I should have waited until tonight, but I might forget about that, so that's why I texted you. What is it? I'm going to your mother's house tomorrow. I thought I'd let you know. She called you again? What did she say? Your mother ordered to have her clothes amended at the department store, so she wants me to deliver them tomorrow. What? Why go to all that trouble? It's not like she's going to wear it right away, is it? What was Mom thinking, sending you back and forth just for that? I don't mind delivering it, but Megan has morning classes tomorrow, so I'll tell her that I might be a little late. You're really a kind person, Alexandra. If you can't go, you can just say no, okay? Mom always asks you whatever she wants you to do. If you keep listening to her requests, she will just keep asking you more. That's okay. I'm your wife, so that's part of my duties. I'm really sorry. Mom should have told me about that. Isn't it because you tend to get angry at her easily? I can't help it since she's been treating you so badly. I don't really care about that, so don't worry. Thanks. Alexandra, can I have a word with you? Yes, what is it? I've had some kind of chill since this morning. What? Did you catch a cold? Are you all right? I can't get out of bed because I'm shaking. I'm sorry, but could you come and cook my lunch and dinner? Maybe you should go to the hospital, don't you think so? Yes, I'll go when it gets worse. But it's important to take in nutrition to cure illnesses, isn't it? Yes, I understand. I'll go prepare now. Is there anything else you need? I'm just trying to get my strength up and get well soon. So I need you to bring me a delicious vanilla ice cream and fruits rich in vitamin C. I guess that's all. I don't know if I can find any fruit, but I'll look for it. Please lay down on the bed until I get there. If your condition worsens, I'll take you to the hospital. I'll do it as soon as I can. Thank you. That's very helpful. Charles, if you're busy at work, feel free to ignore this message. I just got a call from your mother. It looks like she couldn't get up, so she wanted me to come over and cook lunch and dinner. I was so surprised that I rushed over. Surprisingly, your mother seemed to be fine, so I was relieved. Huh? You were called out again? I don't think you should have listened to her. Don't talk like that. It could be true, right? She's not feeling well and she wants you to come over to make her lunch and dinner. Mostly, if you're not feeling well, you lose your appetite, don't you? It's just an excuse to get you to cook for her. I wonder. Didn't she ask for anything else? She wanted me to get her some ice cream and fruits. See? Mom was just jerking around. What? You don't have to do anything that Mom wants you to do. I don't want her to control you like that. I'll give Mom a warning too. I understand, but don't be too harsh. I know your mother is lonely since she lives alone. I understand how you feel, but I'm going to give her a little more warning this time, because you are not Mom's slave. Okay. Alexandra, can I talk to you? Hello, Uriel. How can I help you? It's almost time for Megan's summer vacation, right? Yes, somehow she managed to get through the first semester. So, during the summer vacation, you should let her stay at my house. What do you mean? She'll be bored at home, so I thought I could take care of her. There's a big yard and plenty of room for her to play here. I would let her if I could. She has a broken leg and can't move enough yet. I appreciate your kindness, but I'd like her to spend more time at home this time. If that's the case, why don't you just let her stay with me? I beg your pardon? I'll ask for lots of help to rehabilitate her. I'd like to do that for her sake. I don't think I can let her stay with you. It's related to the treatment of her injuries, so I'm fine with the rehabilitation she's receiving at the hospital. Are you saying you don't want to listen to me? I'm sorry, but you're a cocky woman. All you have to do is shut up and do as I say. It's about Megan's leg recovery. I can't leave her with you during summer vacation. Besides... What? Charles has already told me that I don't have to do anything you ask me to. What on earth is he thinking? You've been telling Charles all kinds of nonsense, haven't you? The other day, he called to scold me. You seem to be saying some pretty bad things about me. I didn't say anything bad about you. I'm just reporting the facts to your son. You're not a child. You don't have to report every little thing. But me and my husband decided to share everything with each other, especially when it comes to dealing something related to you. I thought it would be better to tell him. Shut up already. If you're going to be so persistent, I'll come over there for summer vacation. Huh? Why would you do that? Because you're not allowing Megan to stay at my house, so I have no other choice, right? Why are you coming to our house then? I don't understand. It's because I want someone to take care of me. Are you telling me that you want Megan to take care of you? That's impossible. She's still in first grade of elementary school. Then why don't you do it instead? What? It's natural for you to take care of me, isn't it? You're always taking care of Megan first. She's your top priority and you're neglecting me. So take care of me at least during the summer vacation. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. You really are irritating. Let me tell you this. You are my slave, so I won't let you fool around. I'm not fooling around. I have to discuss this with Charles first. You don't have to say anything extra to my son. If I go there, he will be happy to welcome me. Anyway, I'm going over there for summer vacation. You can't just decide that on your own, because neither Megan nor I are slaves to you. It's my decision. You must obey me. I can't do that. It's so absurd. It's all your fault. So you're going to pay for my transportation to get there and all my living expenses while I'm there. Uriel, please don't decide on your own. We have our own circumstances. I don't take orders from you. Alexandra, answer the phone. Alexandra, I'm at the nearest station. I told you my arrival time, didn't I? Aren't you going to pick me up? I can't find you anywhere. Uriel, I'm sorry. I'm busy now, so I can't pick you up. Huh? I told you the time of arrival. So why are you busy at this hour? You knew I was coming, so you should have prepared yourself. I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to read any of your messages for the past few days. Why haven't you looked at it? You're a real goof. You're such a slow learner. Geez, I can't pick you up because I'm busy. I don't care if you're busy or not. I came all the way here for you. Pick me up right away. I can't. Huh? Why not? I told you that you are my slave. Come here at once. Stop right away or I'm gonna lose my temper. I'm not your slave. What's with that tone? Well, okay. If you insist, I'll take a cab. In return, you'd better remember that. I'll make sure you get plenty of punishment. Hey, Alexandra. I just arrived at the apartment. Oh, really? Can you explain what's happening? What do you mean? I rang the bell, but there was no answer. And as far as I can see from the window from the outside, the curtains are off too. I really have no idea what happened. We're not there anymore. So you're out? When are you coming back? We won't be back. What? When I told Charles that you are coming during Megan's summer vacation, he got very angry. You told him about that? I told you not to do anything unnecessary. That's not how it works. We don't have many rooms. If you were coming, we'd have to leave a room open, and then he would find out. That's why I told him beforehand. Why would you do that? Anyway, Charles was furious when he knew that you're coming. He said that you're planning to treat me like a slave. Was he so mad at me? Yes, he said no matter how many times he warned you, it didn't work. So he suddenly decided to move out. Move out? That's not what I heard. You guys aren't staying in this apartment anymore? That's right. Charles insisted, so we moved out suddenly. Huh? What the hell is that? Well, I'm coming over there, so give me your address. You're making me go through all this trouble? You're a useless wife. Sorry for that, old hag. Hey, watch your language. It's me, Charles. Stop pretending to be Charles. This is Alexandra's phone, right? I've been looking at your messages from a while ago. What? Are you really Charles? Yes, I am. Mom, I've warned you many times before. Don't ask Alexandra to do anything unreasonable. I didn't mean it that way. Is it so unreasonable for me to go visit my grandchild during her summer vacation? That's too selfish. You knew about Megan's treatment, don't you? And you're planning to make her take care of you? That's crazy. No, I was planning to take care of her. Don't lie to me. I heard you told my wife that she's a slave. Did I? Even if you didn't, what you're doing is the same thing. You ask her to run errands that take nearly an hour one way, but are of no importance to you. You pretended to be ill to make her prepare meals and do the shopping for you. And you made her pay for all the expenses, right? But she did that voluntarily. It's obvious since she's your wife. Alexandra is a kind woman. She's too good for me. I can't forgive you for treating her like a slave. Charles, please listen to me. I don't want you to get close to my wife anymore. Alexandra is my precious wife. I don't want to see you treating her badly. It makes me sad. I didn't mean to treat her badly. Then what was your true intention? It's because I was lonely and alone. I'm gonna cut ties with you from now on. I don't want you to take advantage of my precious family members anymore. Charles, wait! I did that because I felt lonely since I live alone. I don't want to cut ties with you. Calm down and think twice. I'm afraid it's been decided. It's all your fault, Alexandra. Looks like Charles has got angrier than I imagined. He insisted to move out to a place you don't know. What are you talking about? Are you trying to take Charles away from me? I've been living alone since I lost my husband. It's your fault, so do something about it. I can't do anything to fix this matter. Charles is surprisingly stubborn. Once he decided on something, he won't change his mind easily. Like mother, like son. What? Stop kidding me. Sorry, but I felt that I've reached my limit of patience too. Huh? I can't go along with your selfishness any longer. Selfishness? Yes, to be honest, it was hard for me to go for a 2-hour round trip just to do your chores. But I did my best, since I thought that you were in trouble. That's the right thing to do, so you should continue doing that. I'm not willing to do that anymore since you called me a slave. If it were only me, I don't mind at all. But you were trying to have Megan take care of you. Knowing what she was going through, I was concerned about Megan's future as well. Such an exaggeration. You're overreacting. That's why my son misunderstood. No, it was Charles who first brought it up. He always put me and Megan as his top priority. That's why he suggested that we should move. You got to be kidding me. There's no way Charles would do such a thing. You talked to him earlier, didn't you? I'm sure he said so too. Oh no, let me talk with Charles again. Since he said that he already cut ties with you, he isn't willing to talk to you. He also said that he doesn't want a mother who treats his family like slaves. Did he say that? That's a lie. You're just trying to take Charles away from me. I'm not trying to take him away from you. I'm his wife. I'm just following his lead. I'm just doing my duty. Stop talking nonsense. If you are his wife, you must convince him. How should I do that? You can ask him to forgive his mother, or persuade him to invite me to your house. If you don't do that, I'll be all alone. Like I said before, Charles is a stubborn man. Once he decided on something, he won't listen to other people's opinion. Then give me your new address. I can't do that. Why not? Because you will come barging in. I can't let you do that. Don't say that. I won't call you a slave anymore. Don't say that you're going to cut me off too. We talked about it as a married couple and decided, so we won't change our mind. We can't take care of you anymore. Take care. You don't have to worry about us. Alexandra, please, forgive me. I apologize to Megan too. Don't leave me alone. I think Charles has warned you a lot. That's what I heard. But you didn't change your attitude, so this is the consequence. But from now on, I will change my behavior. Charles said that it's impossible for you to change, since you didn't listen when he warned you. That's terrible. I agree with my husband. If I don't do anything, I'll make Charles feel bad. As what he told you, I'm going to cut ties with you. And of course, I won't give you our new address. I won't communicate with you ever again. I'm going to block your number. Alexandra, you've been so kind to me. Was that kindness a lie? I'm human too, so I have my limits. No way. I don't want to be alone. It seems that Uriel went to visit Charles's office with a single mind of not wanting to be alone. Charles told the guard that he doesn't know her, and Uriel ended up getting kicked out. When he went back to the office, Uriel turned her back and stumbled away, shaking slightly. I feel like I did a bad thing, since she ended up being left alone. But I cannot allow her to treat me like a slave, so I would like to keep her away for a while. I'm now free from Uriel's crazy requests. I was able to devote my summer vacation to the treatment and rehabilitation of my daughter. She will be able to go to school on her own feet in the new semester. Although we have changed our residence, we found a new apartment in the school district. Megan's school life has not been affected by the change. I'm thankful every day that Charles has put my daughter and I as his top priority.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.
That girl still hasn't realized anything. She took everything I said seriously and now thinks she's a perfect person. Honestly, seeing her so smug just makes me laugh. Amelia, don't you think that's going too far? She really trusts you, you know? Isn't that a bit cruel? Cruel? I'm just giving her a little help. She doesn't understand anything yet, so someone's got to teach her. If it weren't for me, she'd just keep making a fool of herself out there. But why go that far? If you're really her friend, isn't that unnecessary? It just looks like jealousy to me. Jealousy? No, that's not it. It just annoys me to see her doing so much better than me at everything. Not just with her boyfriend. Whether it's work or love, she could give me a little room to be happy, right? I deserve happiness too. So are you saying ruining her happiness will make you happy? It's not about ruining it. It's just that she needs to see reality a little better. I'm just helping her a bit so she can find what truly matters to her. I mean, without a little push she wouldn't grow, right? But what if she realizes what you're doing? It might not just end your friendship, it could backfire and leave you isolated. There's no way she'd notice. She completely trusts me. Do you even know how skillfully I'm doing this? I subtly hinted to her boss so she'd start making mistakes at work. If she keeps messing up, people will naturally start doubting her, right? Amelia, you're really going that far? Of course. All I have to do is drop a small hint to the boss, like she's a bit inefficient. Everything works out perfectly after that. I just play the good friend while pulling a few strings behind the scenes. And watching her slowly crumble on her own is thrilling. Honestly, your approach, it's kind of scary. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm just giving her a life lesson. If she stumbles over something like this, it just means she wasn't capable to begin with. Actually, don't you think it's a good chance to show her the real her? But isn't she your friend? Are you really satisfied going this far? Satisfied? Yes. The world's all about competition, right? If her failure can push me even a little higher, isn't that ideal? Not everyone can be a winner, so I'm just doing what I can to win. Her mistakes are a benefit to me too. You really believe you're in the right, don't you? Of course I do. She should be grateful I'm teaching her life isn't easy. Besides, if she feels stressed with work and love, she'll realize how powerless she really is. Only then will she understand the value of having a friend. You are unbelievable. Madeline, what's up? It's been a while since we last talked. How have you been? I feel like everything's going great on my end. Just thought I'd reach out on WhatsApp. Amelia, it's been a while. It was a bit surprising to get a message out of the blue. What's up? We're not exactly in touch often, so I get a little wary when I hear from you. Well, I'll listen, but what's this about? Yeah, it really has been a while. I just wanted to know how you've been these past 6 months. I get excited thinking you might be wallowing in misery. Are you living exactly as I imagined? Or is your life even worse than that? Not at all. Actually, my days are peaceful and happy. It's wonderful to cherish my own time and focus on what I love. I feel lighter, free from all the chaos of before. So no, I'm not living miserably. It might be different from what you think. Oh, come on, stop pretending. You're obviously miserable. That's such a blatant lie, anyone could see through it. You're probably falling apart, almost ready to cry. Why don't you just be honest instead of forcing it? For you to suddenly bring this up, is there a reason behind it? It feels like something from the past, but is it really worth reaching out over now? Is there something you want to say? Or are you trying to drag me into something again? The wedding with the guy I took from you is set. So, surprised? Excited, right? I'd love to hear you say something. I mean, maybe I should have told you in person, but WhatsApp is fine for this, don't you think? Though, I'm disappointed your reaction's so dull. Oh, really? Well, congratulations. If you're happy, that's all that matters, right? But I don't quite get why you felt the need to tell me. Don't you have more important people to share this with? Oh, come on, acting uninterested, but I know you're really upset. Probably biting your lip on the verge of tears, right? I can feel how frustrated you are, even through the screen. Trying to stay calm is totally see-through. Honestly, if you're this bitter, it's kind of sad. Maybe I should have told you face-to-face after all. It's a shame I can't see your expression. WhatsApp doesn't let me see your reactions, and that's no fun. Maybe I should have met you in person to see your real-time disappointment. You must have a lot of free time to go out of your way to tell me this. I really don't get why you'd reach out just to say this. So, what exactly are you trying to tell me? Are you truly proud of marrying him? Trying to keep calm is just painful to watch. I can see right through you, so don't bother forcing it. It's obvious you're shaking inside, and honestly, it's amusing. You must be incredibly frustrated, right? There's no need to put on a front. Thinking that way is just your own fantasy, don't you think? I really don't feel anything about it. More than that, why did you even bother telling me about your marriage? I don't see how your wedding has anything to do with me. Well, I thought I'd be nice and invite you to the wedding out of pity. I'll let you see me in the bride seat you were supposed to have. Doesn't that sound like the best entertainment? Don't you have an obligation to see it for yourself? I don't think I have any such obligation. I have no intention of going to your wedding, and I don't see why I should attend. I'm not so idle that I'd entertain your self-satisfaction. Why not? Come to the wedding and show that loser face of yours. Seeing your ex happy with another woman would be a good life lesson, don't you think? It's guaranteed to be the best entertainment, and I'm looking forward to it too. You know, I've always wondered, why do you see me as such an enemy? You pretend to be friendly on the surface, but you talk behind my back and spread rumors. If there's a reason, I'd like to hear it. Is it because Michael confessed his feelings to me back then? Did that make you start disliking me? Huh, Michael? Why are you suddenly bringing him up? I can't believe it. You really think the world revolves around you, don't you? Well, didn't you like him? After he asked me out, your attitude toward me turned sour. Just so you know, I didn't try to flirt or anything. I mean, I'd never even talked to him. So getting confessed to out of nowhere was honestly scary. And I turned him down, so I don't see why you'd hold a grudge against me. That's exactly what ticks me off. The senior I liked asked you out. And instead of being happy, you turned him down like he disgusted you. What does that make me? So you've been holding a grudge against me all these years? That's honestly scary. Oh, and now that I think of it, you stole the bag I bought with my part-time job money, didn't you? You're still going on about that? I told you, it just so happened we bought the same bag. I was the one who felt uncomfortable with it matching yours. Then why didn't you show me the serial number? You could have proven your innocence right away. Well, I lost the bag before I could show it. You said you threw away the box and receipt, and you forgot where you bought it, right? You also said there was no purchase record. Isn't it all just a bit too convenient? It's strange that there's nothing left to prove your innocence. Honestly, it just seems like you were trying to hide the evidence by getting rid of it. If you truly bought it legitimately, you wouldn't have erased all the proof, would you? Don't you understand why people might suspect you? You're really persistent. What's so fun about calling me a thief? And you lost your bag too, so we're in the same situation, aren't we? If anything, I'd say I'm the victim here. Do you think I enjoy being accused of something like this? Have you ever thought about my rights? It's disgusting. Because of your accusations, people were giving me strange looks. I'm the one truly inconvenienced by being falsely accused like this. Fine. In the end, this is all from high school, and there's no point arguing over it now, right? But how people see you now might just be a result of your own attitude and actions. Don't you think? The way you acted in the past might be what's leading to how people view you now. I'm honestly not that concerned about it anymore, but as long as you keep coming at me, I have plenty to say. Don't joke around. You're the one falsely accusing people and then saying, fine, whatever. That's pretty messed up. And calling it just something from back then might mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me. You really don't care how much your actions have hurt others, do you? Guess it fits your rotten personality. But since I did steal your fiancé, I suppose I could apologize for that. My bad. If you're truly sorry, maybe you should drop the sarcastic tone and offer a real apology. If you can't do that, then I'd rather you never contact me again. I'm honestly sick of this back and forth filled with jabs. If you don't plan to reflect on your actions, at least stop dragging me into it. I just want peace, and I've had enough of you disturbing it. If you really hate it that much, then how about this? If you agree to come to the wedding, I promise not to contact you again. I'll let you see me sitting in the bride seat where you were supposed to be. If you just sit quietly, watch the ceremony, and leave like a good loser, I'll call it quits. But if you can't do that, I might just keep bugging you, so keep that in mind. So, what'll it be? Which option do you prefer? You're really persistent. If you're going to push this hard, then I have no choice. Fine, I'll attend. I'll see firsthand just how much you brag. But understand that just because I attend your wedding, it doesn't change anything. If you're happy, then that's all that matters, right? If attending will satisfy you, I'll go, but don't expect too much. Great! Having the loser attend the wedding is the best surprise. Just imagining the look on your face makes me laugh. Make sure to show me your pitiful expression. I'll be looking forward to it. This will be the best entertainment, so come prepared. I can't believe you're actually coming, just as I planned. Yeah. I'll be there with my wonderful husband, so don't be too shocked. What? I'm looking forward to your reaction. I'll show you that I can outshine your best entertainment. Now then, I'm excited to see just how much happiness you really have. What's that supposed to mean? You're not just putting on a front, are you? There's no way you have a husband. It's just you trying to act tough, isn't it? Thinking you can compete with my high-spec guy? You don't know your place. I can't believe you'd have a man like that, so try not to make a fool of yourself.
Madeline, it's Charles. It's been a long time, huh? I'm messaging because I have something important to talk about.
What?
Amelia told me you're still hung up on me. Sorry, but I'm with Amelia now, so please move on.
How did you get my contact info? Did Amelia give it to you?
Oh, you changed your number?
No, I didn't change it.
What's going on? Madeline, you seem so put together. But you've got these ditzy moments too. It's kind of cute. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to lead you on or anything. Anyway, Amelia is everything to me now. I did love you, Madeline, but sorry, I just can't return those feelings. I wanted to tell you that. I know it's hard, but I hope you can be happy for me and Amelia.
I see. Thanks for letting me know. Of course, I wish you both well.
Madeline...
What?
No, it's just seeing you try so hard is a little painful. But I hope you understand. I'm really sorry.
I told you, I'm not bothered at all. I really think you two make the perfect couple. I'm looking forward to the wedding. Madeline, I finally got to be the bride I always dreamed of. This is the brightest moment of my life. Well, don't I look beautiful in my wedding dress? Yes, that's right. The venue and the dress are so flashy and extravagant. It's clear you spared no expense. Setting up a place like this to show off is very you. But if that's what happiness looks like for you, then that's fine. It's exactly the kind of wedding I'd expect from you. Right? I'm glad you finally understand. This lavish, almost celebrity-style wedding, it's perfect for me, isn't it? It was all worth it, putting everything together for this day. This is the kind of wedding that suits me, don't you think? Maybe common folks can't quite grasp it though. Yeah, I suppose so. But anyway, it's good you're enjoying yourself. All this extravagance might be a bit too dazzling for you though. By the way, who's that handsome guy next to you? I don't recognize him. I didn't expect you to have someone so charming by your side. I thought you'd be alone, but I'm surprised. Oh, him? He's my husband. I told you before I'd bring him to the wedding. You had plenty to say, but I'm glad I could introduce him to you here today. I wanted you to see him. Huh? What are you talking about? Just 6 months ago, Charles dumped you. There's no way you found someone new and got married so fast. That's just unbelievable. People don't normally recover that quickly. And I can't imagine you finding someone that impressive. Oh, I get it. He's a rental boyfriend, isn't he? Wow, going so far to keep up appearances? It's actually sad to watch. The fact that you have to go to such lengths just to show how miserable you are? I almost feel sorry for you. Paying someone to be with you? It's desperate and laughable. That's not the case. If you think that way, then didn't you also marry Charles after only 6 months? Normally, people would take more time to think it over, so aren't you in the same situation? It's amazing you can say all that without a hint of self-awareness. Of course! I mean, guys as high spec as him aren't easy to find. An elite with a top university degree, working at a major company, and his family's rich. He's perfect. I had to marry him before he slipped away. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be saying this to someone who got dumped by such a catch. But really, that must be tough. You know, we're at that age now, right? You know, the so-called late 20s, and then to be dumped after dating him for 4 years? That's the worst. I feel for you. But hey, there's always next time. I'm rooting for you, so hang in there. I told you, I'm already married. Huh? Are you still keeping this up? This is getting pathetic. Then go ask one of our mutual friends. Are you still saying that? Then is it actually true? That's what I've been saying this whole time. Oh, I get it. You rushed to find a guy after I stole your fiancé. Sure, he might be handsome, but looks aren't everything, right? In the end, it's not about looks, but financial stability. Well, he's not just good looking, he's financially stable too. He graduated from a top university, works for a major company, and his family's wealthy. Huh? What are you talking about? That's Charles's profile. What are you even saying? No, I'm talking about my husband. We've been together for 5 years now. We haven't even had any real arguments, and we're really happy. Huh? What? But I took your boyfriend, didn't I? No, you didn't. What are you talking about? Charles chose me. Amelia, are you sure you're not misunderstanding something? Charles was never my boyfriend, not even once. What? Then who is Charles? Who? He's your beloved husband, isn't he? That's not what I meant. You mean in relation to me? That's easy. He was just some guy who kept following me around. Basically a stalker. A stalker? Yes, as far as I know. He dropped out of high school and he was unemployed as of 6 months ago. Charles, there's something unbelievable. I have something I need to ask you.
What's up?
Madeline said something outrageous. I can't believe she'd say that just because she's jealous of me.
So, what did she say?
Well, it has to be a lie, right? There's no way it's true, right?
Huh? What is?
Madeline said that you're unemployed.
What? What's that about? No, I'm definitely working.
Right? I knew it. That girl was just being petty. She's such a pathetic woman.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when I wasn't working, but I have a job now.
What? There was a time you weren't working? I heard you'd been working at the same place ever since you graduated.
Heard from who?
Not from anyone specifically, just, rumors. Anyway, answer my question. What do you mean there was a time when you weren't working?
Well, like I said, when I was younger, I jumped from job to job, so...
When you were younger? Wait a minute. You graduated from a top university, right?
Huh? No.
That's not true either? Don't tell me that you didn't go to university. Wait, this can't be true. You didn't drop out of high school, did you?
What's wrong with that?
Of course there's something wrong with it. What are you talking about? So, your job, what exactly do you do?
Well,
What? Just spit it out.
I'm a food delivery guy.
What?
But I'm working multiple jobs.
Multiple jobs? What else do you do?
Occasional day jobs here and there.
That's nothing to brag about.
Come on, I'm doing my best for you.
Doing your best? This isn't at all what I expected.
What's this all of a sudden? You told me, didn't you? That you don't care about a guy's status or financial situation. What mattered was having a good time, and you're happiest when you're with me.
I only said that to appeal to you. I thought you were an elite. No, I assumed you were an elite, so I didn't bother asking those questions. It was just to show I'm not like those gold-digging women.
What? How dare you?
That's exactly what I want to say to you. What am I supposed to do now after throwing such a flashy wedding?
I paid for the wedding, you know.
So what? You're the man, that's only natural. Stop acting like I owe you something.
What? I went into debt to cover those costs.
Seriously? You racked up debt just as we're about to kick off our married life? How stupid can you be?
You were the one who wanted a fancy wedding. So, as your husband, I thought I should make it happen, no matter what.
You should have said something. Then I would have realized my mistake and never married you in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh my god, this can't be happening. How did it come to this? Hey, I'm sorry to bother you when you're busy, but is something wrong? Something strange. It seems like there's a lot of commotion around. Did something happen? You! I can't believe this. To think you hid something like this from me. This is unbelievable. What? What happened? You knew, didn't you? That Charles was a stalker. I ended up marrying that guy because I was completely fooled. It's awful that you knew and didn't tell me. Because of you, this whole mess has become irreversible. My life is ruined because of you. It's not like I didn't want to tell you about it. Out of nowhere 6 months ago, you sent me a picture of you and Charles together. And it looked like you two were really close. You even declared that he was yours now. Of course, I was surprised. But I never thought you'd seriously start dating him. Even if he was a stalker, I figured if you were happy, then that was fine. What's that supposed to mean? This was a serious matter to me, and all you thought about was yourself. Well, to be honest, when I saw that picture of you two, I thought you actually looked kind of good together. He was just a stalker to me, but maybe he'd be different for you. And I figured some people might have that kind of compatibility. If you were happy, I thought that was enough. Excuse me? Saying we looked good together? That's beyond insulting. You knew he was low spec, didn't you? There's no way someone like him would be a match for me. The fact that you'd so casually say something that disrespectful, what's wrong with you? The kind of partner I choose isn't someone you just settle for. Hey, Amelia, why are you so confident? Huh? What do you mean by that? I really don't want to say this. But Amelia, well, you're not exactly what anyone would call beautiful, right? You're not especially smart, and your personality isn't great either. You failed the college entrance exams, so you only have a high school diploma, and now you're working part-time at a supermarket, right? You tend to focus more on dragging others down than on improving yourself. To be honest, you're on about the same level as Charles. No, at least he's just delusional. He's not the type to drag others down. In that sense, you're even lower than him. What? How dare you? I mean, didn't anyone around you say anything? I wouldn't be surprised if some of our mutual acquaintances had mentioned it to you. No one said a word. You must be really disliked. Shut up! What am I supposed to do now? We've already registered our marriage. Does this mean I'm going to end up divorced? This can't be happening. Well, if you can manage to get divorced, that is. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You'll understand soon enough. Hey, help me! I can't handle him anymore. I have no idea what goes on in his mind. What happened? Charles said that if we divorce, I have to pay back all the money he spent on me so far. He kept records of every single date, every gift, right down to the last cent. And that's not all. He's even billing me for the interest on his credit installments. What is wrong with him? Why are you telling me this? He's your stalker, isn't he? No, he's your husband. Don't mess with me. This can't be true. Why don't you just go to the police? It's impossible. Legally, we're married and I can't do anything. Even if I consult a lawyer, they say a divorce would be messy and I'd be at a disadvantage. I don't even have the money to cover lawyer fees. Sounds tough. You say that like it's none of your business. Well, it is none of my business. Do something. You could at least cover the lawyer fees or something. And why should I have to do that? Because you're well off. Why does everything go your way? You could help me out a little. Oh, of course. I'd help a friend in need. Then... But you're not my friend, are you? Have you forgotten all the harassment you put me through? How dare you? Why would you say something like that? I'm confused too. How can you play the victim like this? Fine, I don't need your help, but remember this. I won't let things end this way. Hey, listen. I came up with the most brilliant idea. I really am a genius. Wow, you're in an unusually high mood. Did you make up with your husband? Of course not. Quite the opposite. I thought I'd let you make up with him instead. What do you mean? I had a serious talk with that man. I mentioned to him that I don't deserve him. The type of woman he should be with is someone like you. With tears in my eyes, truly Oscar-worthy acting, he bought it completely and with a serious face. He actually said, I understand. I completely get how you feel, Emilia. I had to hold back my laughter, so that's that. I'm returning that stalker creep to you. Or hey, wanna trade him for your current guy? Wouldn't that be a better match for both of us? Jesus, doing something like that? It's exactly as I expected. Of course, outsmarting you is too easy. Huh? Wait a minute. What do you mean by exactly as expected? Shouldn't it be totally unexpected? You're so flustered you're making typos. No, it's not a typo. It really was exactly as expected. Huh? That's just sour grapes. Why don't you just admit defeat? Hey, what is this? Why am I going through this? I don't understand at all. What now? Why is that man clinging to me even more than before? I thought I'd passed him off to you. I told you before, it was exactly as I expected. What does that mean? Explain it to me. Well, do you have any idea how many years I put up with your harassment? It was obvious you tried to push him back onto me. So I went ahead and contacted him first. I told him I've known you since high school, that you lack confidence and tend to act self-destructively, that you make choices that lead you to unhappiness, and that only he has the power to rescue someone as unfortunate as you. What? See, Charles has a bit of an obsessive side, doesn't he? He kept pressing me with things like, you really like me, don't you? Or you're being blackmailed by that guy, aren't you? And the tricky part is that he seems to thrive on obstacles. What do you think happens when I tell someone like that only you can save her? The more you reject him, the more determined he becomes. You. What were you thinking doing something like this? How could you lie like that? This is too much. Do you realize just how horrible this is? I can't believe you'd do something like that so casually. Do you even understand what your lies have done to my life? Why would you do this to me? Do you honestly think I deserve this? Amelia, maybe you should take a moment to reflect on your own actions. You're the one who spread rumors about me, trying to make everything go your way. Don't tell me you've forgotten. I've put up with it for so long, and now that I've fought back just a little, you're making a huge fuss. Isn't that a bit selfish? If you even slightly understood the pain and stress I've endured, don't you think a bit of payback like this is perfectly fair? Huh? What you've done to me was unbearable. You kept saying it was within the bounds of what's acceptable while tearing people down as you pleased. But now that it's happening to you, suddenly you're playing the victim. If you've felt even a fraction of what I did, that's enough for me. Have you finally thought about reflecting on your actions? Don't be ridiculous. It doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Don't you understand that? Do you have any idea how much damage you've caused me? Are you just going to pretend it never happened? You probably think it was just a little lie, but my whole life was on the line. Well, maybe you won't ever understand. You spread rumors about me all this time, thinking it would put you above me. But unfortunately for you, I'm not that forgiving. No matter how many lies you spread, no one ever truly believed you. If anything, it only hurt your own reputation. Are you even aware of that? Fine. You're right. I admit I went too far. So, can we work this out somehow? I'm apologizing, so please help me. I'm really reflecting on my actions. I won't do anything bad anymore. I don't need your apology. No matter what you say now, my feelings won't change. All the things you took from me, everything you gained, I thought none of it mattered to you. Why don't you actually take care of Charles? He's supposed to be your ideal husband, isn't he? You're out of your mind. Are you seriously saying that? Instead of helping me, you're giving me such cold words. Cold? Compared to what you put me through, I think I'm being quite calm. Amelia, be happy with Charles. This is the path you chose, so from now on, it's yours to carry. Make sure to take full responsibility from here on out. It seems Amelia has found herself in a truly dire situation, completely isolated. Although she started off confident, once she realized Charles' obsessive nature, she may have slowly begun to regret her choices. No matter how much she tries to mask it, his persistence and self-centered personality remain unchanged. It seems she has no allies left around her anymore. And even those friends who once tolerated her arrogance are gradually distancing themselves from her. Charles acts like a kind husband in public, but at home, that mask slips away. He interrogates Amelia over trivial matters, makes unreasonable demands, and her life changes completely based on his moods. Since his income is unstable, all the costs of the extravagant wedding and the living expenses are falling on Amelia. She's tried reaching out to me, desperate to return to her old life. But the reality she's facing now is simply the result of her own selfishness and pride, which hurt others. She's doing everything she can to escape Charles. But already burdened by debt, she doesn't seem to have any way out. I recently learned that he's been making it clear that if Amelia wants to go, she has to pay him back every penny he's invested in her. It's as if he sees their marriage as some kind of investment project. There's no way Amelia could ever pay back that money or meet his demands. Escaping from this will be no easy task for her. But I feel no sympathy and see it as her own doing. As for me, I'm, of course, living happily. A new life is growing inside me, and it looks like things will be getting much livelier from now on.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.